Bihari Vajpayee rested your seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Prime Minister L.K. Advani, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during peak of the Brahman revolt. From Ajay Bagan in early 2000s, Meenakshi Lehi voting fourth for the BJP in the last decade. It had a direct contest between BJP and Congress. Until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local polls, his party failed to previous prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party alliance in Delhi and really contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought for the Anna Andolan in the courts. Supreme Court lawyer and secretary emanating from New Delhi's Mahinagar, Somnath Bharati. Asked his Karawa party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party standard with their roles.
This time election had a different cloud altogether. The way the election played in 1914. This time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the addressed in this election. So people really want a complete government. All these members of parliament BJP last 10 years, they not say a word. When rights of people are being snatched by central government, they not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores in Delhi. So BJP has a new washing machine. So he is pure. Chhagan Bhujbal, who was jailed. BJP, which is to purify people, people do see कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
In a radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contentious sitting MPs from Delhi. From hate speech accused Parvesh Verma and Ramesh Biduri to the controversial MP Gautam Gambhir, the BJP's big Delhi leaders have all been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has seated a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj, a political debutante. Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both her parents, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of Grand Ram Temple in Ayodhya Ji, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both Vidhan Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vandana Adhiniyam. These are all promises given in the manifesto and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are Indian elections. And therefore I think the voter also perspective is broader. We're talking about women-led development of Lok Sabha. So of course my vision resonates with his.
Most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed. How do you look at that? Do people here you see were sort of illusion by the MPs of your party, your officers?
No, not at all. Not at all. हमारे पार्टी के कटते नहीं कटते और यहाँ पर नहीं होते राइट होते.
Delhi has nearly 1.5 lakh plus voters. Among them are thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest poll counts in New Delhi. Election season, this nurse center UPSC students is bustling with politics.
अगर हम कंट्री की बात करें तो इसमें डाउट कमीशन कैंडिडेट रही है सरकार नहीं ना वोटिंग होती है लेकिन अगर मैं की बात करेंगे तो आप अपनी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और जो आपकी जो प्रॉब्लम है जो भी प्रॉब्लम है उसको ध्यान रखकर करनी चाहिए. अब जैसे कि एज ए स्टूडेंट कटिंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
पॉलिटिकल हर रोज में पार्टी बदल रहे हैं. जैसे कितनी पार्टी बड़ी पार्टी जो सिस्टम में लीड हो गया, में लीड हो गया, मतलब सिस्टम में लीड काउंट नहीं बचे. वो एक मेजर इलेक्शन होता है जैसे बॉडी कितना वो टीम की चल रही है सोसाइटी का दृष्टिकोण बदलने के बेसिस पे कास्ट के बेसिस पे ये कुछ सामने एक टिकट बढ़ा है अभी क्योंकि आपके पास में कोई ऑफर कोई प्रेशर है कोई हो गया कभी बात करता है तो एज एंड क्लोज करता है उसी का मेरे पार्लियामेंट में होता है हम भी देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट में उसका कितनी एफिशिएंसी नहीं है.
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should import. I feel the cities are not very clean. All these dots here, very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From air pollution to toxic landfills and sanctuaries, even as we grapple with these long-standing issues, it is left without achieving stuff. The arrest of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, ahead of the big general elections, has left the Aam Aadmi Party without its campaigner and biggest face.
The contest of the new Delhi seat is a prestige battle, both for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as BJP. Many political pundits say the BJP which has unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs in Delhi is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party has defeated BJP both in state elections as well as municipal polls, but these are national elections. And the message of Brand Modi, national security and wish for the Trump local issues like sanitation and air pollution, that is a big question. In India, Canada's Bharati, NDTV.
Roger Sam, on prestigious seat of Johar, the Congress leader in the Lok Sabha, Gogoi is contesting against the sitting BJP MP Gogoi. It's a prestige battle, both of them, where Gogoi faces the challenge of maintaining his winning streak from a new seat where the BJP has a strong presence to present itself as the face of the Congress in national politics.
The battle between Gogoi is important. All of them. Now we take the situation. The Congress is a battle for both sides. Our factor is also key to contest. What one is so Gogoi, what's the early eating up voters of Johar?
Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, Decoding Gogoi, as a street and chief minister, has represented Jorhat in Lok Sabha twice in the 70s. Before he returned to the state politics, Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I've worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat, with the response we are seeing from all sides of society. And the way the BJP have also responded, it seems as if even the BJP will not get for me controversy. This campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about the people. I'm fighting for the right of legal workers who don't get a sufficient living wage. And we are fighting for the democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, they oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise right to protest.
Him is that not only this is a new constituency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left the Congress and switched over to the BJP.
Cut to the campaign on the other side. BJP has fielded the sitting MP Tapan Gogoi, a former student leader in Assam and a former Assam minister. Tapan faces a challenge of another kind. He is campaigning in a wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but Tapan is sure he will overcome this temporary handicap. Fractured his leg, but Tapan is sure he will overcome this temporary handicap.
19 तो सुना होगा उस लोगों ने बीजेपी को वोट दिया और फॉर्चूनेटली दीजिए तो उसको उस दिन बात करेंगे जो लोग है उससे सही होगा इसलिए हम 10-12 ऐसे मीटिंग हम चुनाव का मीटिंग कर रहे हैं अभी मेरा मीटिंग है सिर्फ कोई नहीं है तो हम जीतेंगे 100%.
BJP Minister Somnath actually weighed behind Tapan. Top ministers and the party state leadership have said there. The question is, will BJP change Jorhat?
We are looking forward so we go with the government who gave us facilities and provided us all resources for our development. Like during this government rule, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahom committee and the DPR workers make up the majority of the votes in Jorhat. Both Congress Gaurav Gogoi and BJP's Tapan Gogoi are from the Ahom committee, seen as a youth icon. God is busy crisscrossing this vacancy to win over the youth. As a sitting MP, Tapan is on home turf, while Gaurav Gogoi has a family legacy to back. Tapan is also backed by the BJP Jagannathan Assam under Himant Biswa Sharma. To Jorhat, clash of the banks may be an exaggeration, but promises to be a keen for contest. Here was Sanjay Chowdhury in Jorhat from NDTV.
The battle of the city of Nabab will play out in the Lok Sabha elections. Lucknow has been won by the BJP for 3 decades. Before coming elections, it is a conflict between representatives and the Swaraj party's Rajas Batra. My colleague Anish has this report.
In the heart of Lucknow, capital of Uttar Pradesh, India's most popular state with a massive reaching for the seats. Lok Sabha, one of the last Lok Sabha years, a traditional but dying form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow. These 40 members' performances take BJP stronger, largely London's Lucknow home, and at the Lok Sabha of Lucknow's politicians.
While Naushad's Gullah Sabha may not have many takers now, but he fondly remembers his performance at the Atal Bihari Vajpayee birth anniversary. The stalwart who became the first BJP MP from Lucknow in 1991 and won it 5 consecutive times.
The peak of the Ram Temple movement in the late 80s and the 90s coincided with electing for BJP in parts of the country. BJP was now sustained in the 9 Lok Sabha election, with Atal Bihari Vajpayee being chosen as the MP. The city chose from Prime Minister Vajpayee as their MP for 6 straight terms, and BJP has not lost Lucknow for 3 decades now.
From 1991, the BJP has been winning Lucknow seat every single time. The Vajpayee, Lalji Taran, and now BJP has fielded their sitting member of parliament, Rajnath Singh, the defense minister.
Rajnath Singh won the 2014 election with a margin of 72,000 votes. In 2019, that margin rose to over 3 votes.
दादाजी का डिसाइड और इस बार 5 लाख से ज्यादा वोट चलो लगता है बैठना प्रत्याशी ने तय हुआ है विधान सभा में लड़ेंगे इसकी रैंकिंग सभ्यों को नहीं आम जनता से
Despite formidable forces in the state, Samajwadi and BSP have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, AP and BSP were alliance, but Rajnath Singh managed to defeat the alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, while the BSP has decided to contest solo, the SP and the Congress are alliance, and it is Vinas Mehrotra of Samajwadi Party who will be fighting against Minister Rajnath Singh.
The main challenger to Rajnath in this election is this man, Samajwadi Party MLA for the Lucknow Central Lead, Vinas Mehrotra, a political veteran from the city who first became LA in 1989 and former minister under the auspices of the government.
तो भारतीय पार्टी के शासन है उनको लखनऊ की से उनके कल से कोई मतलब नहीं हम लोग लगातार जनता के बीच में रहते हैं चुनाव के दौरान भी जनता से मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं
With over 24 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. There are around 70% Hindus and more than 20% Muslims living in Lucknow. But most of the people come to this iconic Sharma tea stall for a tea time.
वो अपने घर में है भी नहीं जैसे कोई एक स्ट्रांग नहीं होता है एक बार आने में इसमें है इसमें बीजेपी को है और इंडिया गठबंधन इस बार अच्छी बहुत से
ऐसा क्यों?
महंगाई बेरोजगारी साझा व्यवस्था है सरकार की मोदी द्वारा
With increasing mobility, Lucknow perhaps still carries the elegance from Gulera. Not just food, architecture, but also the artwork. But to artisans of Lucknow that gave Lucknow its identity, think about the upcoming elections.
Lucknow's traditional Dalit Dodi industry has offered a means of livelihood to many in the city. Pakistan's Hydari was working for decades, saved away despite government of support.
In politics, it is very interesting that the road to Delhi passes by Lucknow. In this crucial election of alliances, there is a special attention on those who are going solo. The BSP have put their candidate to Lucknow as well. Someone like, now, when BSP entered into battle, who will it actually benefit? The NDA bloc or the India bloc, or can BSP take Lucknow seat? The people will reveal their choices on 4th of June. I'm your person, Panish Punjabi, finally.
Congress is going to keenly watch as the DMK and the AIADMK are engaged in a three-way battle with the BJP state in Annamalai. NDTV Raghav speaks to all three candidates. Can the people acquire the report from the special report?
This Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai, the one who will finally get the party to reach the electoral politics, ready for becoming just high. That's final question in 2024. Annamalai definitely brings a curiosity to the Bharati party's campaign. Personality giver and local character to put enough to reach the ground in force, especially as the two major parties, the AIADMK and the hold their ground. That's the big question. He had enough in three-way fight to replace the He has worked hard. He's backed by the Prime Minister's Tamil Nadu push and party infrastructure. But it will challenge. The picking of the BJP AIADMK alliance is a three-way fight. Annamalai, has he had too much? Are you worried that there is too much expectation on you?
Expectation is always, expectation is always when for Tamil Nadu BJP, I always believe it is not over. This is the time for the party to give this opportunity. You might sure when you get the opportunity again, because there is a huge space, there is more at the top, and there is 3 years of people and there is children in the state. If the BJP is not capitalizing on this opportunity, what opportunity is going to put you in place?
What is it you expect at the 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect both in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
Vote share. I'm being very open for last minute speech. Because people might not be now, but I'm clearly the ground well. The mood is very positive. We should try 25%. This is a very big number. I will later.
Well, much has been spoken about Annamalai, the I am Lucknow alumnus, ex-police officer. There's another I am in the race here, and that's the AIADMK sing by Ramachandran. I am Ahmedabad alumnus. He was chosen by the late Jayalalitha to handle the party's IT cell. He's a first-time contestant as one of the many specialists fielded by the party in these polls.
We are saying center, we are chanting, we are center of people's attention because we are on the ground, we are the people, and day by day, you can see people are overwhelming response to us. From the popular started from 1972, every election fielded AIADMK, the party should be community analysis. So it has been the part.
Assistant former mayor of Coimbatore, Bharati Kumar, agrees with the AIADMK that the battle is between two Indian parties. He's the DMK candidate as an anti-party's might in what is seen as a prestige battle. He should over from the AIADMK to the DMK a few years ago.
We are not all worried. They are very strong in the social media, but we are very strong party structure-wise. And when we have the Tamil Nadu chief minister at root level, core issue is GST. The hero of this election is GST. Because GST, once the Minister of India, that was Coimbatore spot, it's slowly creeping.
When goes on the prestige battle, that's because the BJP has put its state president as a candidate. That's perhaps the one seat that the BJP has shown some justice in the last elections. Before the DMK prestige battle, that's a close position. As far as I'm concerned, West Tamil Nadu is concerned. The results here will be the most clearly watched in this Tamil Nadu Lok Sabha battle polls. Irrespective of the final result, the contest is in focus. Given the high crowd this next battle, the state also has to the ex-IPS officer leading the BJP's charge. In Coimbatore, now for NDTV.
Another constituency row in the South, the big question of Congress is the BJP bastion. The BJP latest is can see from here, very high-profile leader. He faces off in Somnath, the daughter of a Congress minister.
When it comes to the BJP bastion among Bengaluru's local constituency, this is Bengaluru South, which has been dominated by the local symbol since 1991. When Congress Minister Dr. Somnath he was a low woman candidate to represent this constituency of BJP.
Sonia Reddy is the daughter of Karnataka's senior minister Ram Reddy, who started Congress just clout in 3 of 8 segments in the Lok Sabha constituency. But in the national election, it is an uphill battle for Congress. The party lost one seat over 3 decades ago in 1989. This constituency was formed in 1977. Since then, BJP has won 8 times and Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Somnath won 6 consecutive terms in this constituency. The BJP status Sonia took over in 2019.
I tell you one thing. I am a true blue background. Women, especially young people, women citizens coming in and telling me that we've seen you as an MLA. We are going to speak in the parliament all around.
Sonia Reddy started her career as a entered as MLA of the Jayanagar seat in 2018. This is the first contest in national election. Another famous Jayanagar complex. One must remember that the Jayanagar constituency did see Sonia Reddy as the MLA in 2018. However, in 2023, Destiny did not favor her even after she demanded recounting of votes. The math may suggest, but then this time Sonia Reddy thinks that there would be a turnaround in the election as far as the Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. To win, Sonia will have to take the BJP MP Tejasvi Surya, lawyer by profession, emerged not just as one of the youngest candidates, but also one of its most controversial. The list of policies include the recent alleged hate speech at Bengaluru's Nala Parade that prompted the cops to register the FIR.
I have always tried to speak with conviction. Sometimes the sentences of the words that I've spoken, they have created a hurt. I have done it believe it. That is I could do at that time.
Tejasvi Surya believes that female disabilities will help him win a second term. As Sonia Reddy believes connect with women will be the X factor.
Congress has done a lot of things with the state party also. It has given freebies. Your father is also in the army. These experience will add to the people.
आप क्या राय है Tejasvi Surya के ऊपर? अच्छा नहीं है वो अभी अच्छा करना उसको बता दिया.
House, back to Africa's full black. What is fighting on the most? They are the mistake of her father's fight.
In the contest, Vijayanagar, the Congress incumbent manager of war is facing actor Bharati and the DMK founder Vijayanagar Prabhakar in Vijayanagar meets Stone.
Popular actor of name and television production, Radhika is the BJP's face for the Vijayanagar Lok Sabha seat. Vijayanagar Kumar is one of Tamil cinema's top stars, former Lok Sabha MP. Together, their aim is to wrestle out the Vijayanagar seat. This man, the incumbent MP, is backed by the former DMK Congress alliance with other smaller parties. Radhika Kumar had the star local political team for the BJP in the state to have an internal bond between those stars and politics.
It will be very surprised. I think this is very popular. I hear the political phrase in the sense, but in modern politics, it was 1996. So same reaction will be now, and people definitely want it, and the change is going to be for the BJP.
Grassroots political equations must play anywhere else play a decisive role in a constituency like Virudhunagar. The two American parties with their test have been master at their grassroots management. Breaking through is a formidable challenge for a third force. Congress is riding on DMK power in Tamil Nadu and every major alliance of parties persistently side the DMK after the demise of the IDMK Supreme J. Jayalalitha. Welcome to obvious strength that alliance brings with it grassroots arithmetic to get outpost. He won the seat in 2009 with 40% vote share as the DMK ally, but came fourth, just 2% vote in 2014 when the Congress and DMK fought separately in November elections. The AIDK won the seat in that election. When 2019, Bengal was back on pole as the DMK ally with 42% vote. This issue highlighted the importance of Congress-DMK alliance, especially for reform.
After 4th July, June, they will all be sharply closer. They will have the party of the alliance together in parliament. We all stand together in the alliance.
The bigger threat to him according to Taiwan is this man, Terry Barker, son of DMDK founder and late actor Vijay. These parts are a DMDK region of influence and Vijay is back from a simple factor as his campaign about keeping his father's legacy high. The alliance with the AIDMK is a formidable one and he's threatening to have a stink.
We have quite good old here and Indian has quite old here. So according to attack is I think stronger to compare those two. And to be the opportunity being Mr. Lincoln and myself, I think.
The battle for Vinod is one survival of the NDA, one to hold on to seats, keep the numbers to remain a relevant position nationally for Congress, and one that could be a march into new territory for DP. All three together make it deliver. As a not to as in, in the era for DP.
The time now for us to take a short break. Left, right and centre this evening is also focused on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of national capital, particularly important New Delhi constituency, has seen towards like Raj Advani and Advani contested. It is the oldest seat in Delhi. It houses the corridors of India, of New Delhi, meaning the seat of the world's largest democracy. The throne of power, core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This economic board has seen defining mandates, alliances rising, power, government falling, and feminists run the country from here, centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 40 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and seniors who form one of India's most educated electors. It was the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise. Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His close confidant and former Deputy Prime Minister L. K. Advani contested from New Delhi in 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Markan in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding the fort for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are in alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party.
Somnath is a man falsely unarmed in the courts. Supreme Court lawyer, sitting in Delhi's Monkey Nagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party heavy to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party's tattered image with the run of the polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way that took place 1914. This time reasons, the purpose, focus entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, or the latest election. So people of Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament of BJP last year, they did not say what when rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government. They did not say what BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom honorable Prime Minister himself accused of sending all the roads loot. He's in BJP. So BJP has a new association. So now it's got second Bhujpal who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. He joined BJP. I store. No, that's joined the Kari. There was a number of people. So new was seen in the market. BJP, which is 250 people, people who see कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम कौन काम रहा है.
In a radical political move, BJP unseated 6 of its 7 entries sitting MPs from Delhi from hate speech accused by the Bharati to the controversial MP appeal. The BJP's big leaders have already dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veterans of Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. Political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both parents, boasting of an illustrious career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi Gandhi. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Lok Sabha and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam. These are all promises which were enunciated in manifest, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. We are union elections, and therefore I think the voter also, the perspective is broader. We're talking about women-led development. Lok Sabha. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the same BJP MPs
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency seems almost by Lal Krishna Advani at the public contestment. It is the oldest seat. It houses the power of India. A victory in New Delhi means the key, the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has been known, defying mandates, lances rise into power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant in India's former Deputy Prime Minister A.K. contested for Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the drama at the movement. From Ajay Makkan in early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding before the BJP last decade, it has been a direct test between BJP and the Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local polls, his party has yet to test BJP's prospects in Bihar. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being tested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought for the unarmed in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and sitting away from New Delhi's Nagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party heavy to defend his boss in prison and boom up its party's tattered image in the run of polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914. This time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the latest election. So people of Delhi want accountability from the government. All these members of parliament BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom honorable Prime Minister himself accused of sending all the roads loot. He is in BJP. So BJP is a new washing machine. So now he's got second Bhujpal who was jailed and remained in jail on charge of corruption. He's got BJP. Now he's got, Kari, a number of people. So you sing in market. BJP, which is 55 people, people do see कौन काम करता है, नाम है कौन काम
In a radical political move, the BJP has unseated 3 of its contenders to MPs from Delhi. From 8 feature 2s, Swaraj and Ramesh, the constitutional end of the BJP's big leaders have all dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran such as Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. Who did the debutante? Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, like both parents, boasting of illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Viধানসভা and Parliament by passing of the Adhiniyam.
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like is the oldest seat in Delhi. It houses the power corridor. A victory in Delhi may be the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen defining mandates, alliances rising power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the center of Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the president, prime minister, judges and senior leaders who formed the India's most educated entrants. It was in the 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Bharati wrested the one seat from Congress soon after the emergency. Closest one fed down in India's former Prime Minister Advani, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 to the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Market in 2000, when actually he would force the BJP the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back negative victories in state and local polls, his party has yet to reach its prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From now, is man fought with an in the courts. Supreme Court lawyer and sitting in from his monthly brother, Somnath. The dust is cut out for the party lead to defend his boss in prison and boom, his party's national image in the rules.
This time, the election had a different outlook. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people of Delhi want accountability for settlement. All these members of the BJP last year did not say a word where rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government. They did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, honorable Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores. He is BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now he is over jailed and remained jailed for 1 year on charge of corruption. He went BJP. Now he's pure. You know, so any more people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is to purify people, people to see कौन क्या करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन क्या है.
In a radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 potential MPs from Delhi. From his feature accused Swaraj and Ramesh, the controversial end of the BJP's big leaders have all dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both her parents, boasting of illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Viधानसभा and Parliament by passing of the Adhiniyam. These are all promises given and unseated in our manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. Second, elections, and therefore I think the voter also the perspective is broader, talking about women-led development of Lok Sabha. So, first, my vision resonates with his.
Most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed. How do you get that? Do people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all, not at all. हमारी पार्टी टिकट लेने के लिए हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं होता है.
Nearly 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them are thousands of young students, one country's biggest voting counts in New Delhi's Rajendra election season. This nerve center of UPSC aspirants is bustling with politics.
अगर हम बात करें तो इसमें नॉट हमेशा कैंडिडेट की इलेक्शन नहीं वोटिंग है, लेकिन अगर मेरी बात करें तो आपने कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और आपकी जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसमें प्रॉब्लम है उसको ध्यान रखना चाहिए। जैसे एज ए स्टूडेंट फेसिंग एनवायरनमेंट
बट हर रोड पे क्या होता है, जैसे कि पार्टी जैसे लास्ट टाइम लोग मतलब ये कुछ स्टार्ट में काउंट नहीं होता, एक समय में जैसे कोई सोसाइटी का जो सोसाइटी है इनके कास्ट पे पिछले कुछ समय तो बड़ा है अभी, क्योंकि आज के टाइम में कोई बात ना हो गया, अगर वो अपनी बात का तो एलिगेट को कर दिया तो मेरे पार्लियामेंट में होता है कि प्रोसीजर हम तो पार्लियामेंट प्रोसीजर में उसका की एजेंसी है अपनी साइड
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think of. I feel the seats are not very clean. All these bugs here, very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I cost of living is almost built.
The pollution to toxic landfills and sanitation mess. Even as they grapple with these most issues, it is left to the Chief Minister. The rest of Chief Kejriwal headed the big elections. He's left the Aam Aadmi Party without its campaigner to take place.
The contest of the targeted Delhi seat is a setback both for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many critics say the BJP which is unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs in Delhi nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party has defeated BJP both in state elections as well as municipal polls. But these are national elections and the big decision of Modi, national security and issue Trump no issues like sanitation and air pollution. That is a big question. In Delhi, Pakistan,
Well, on to all eyes are on the prestigious seat of Jorhat, the deputy Lok Sabha. Gogo is contesting against sitting BJP MP Todd. It's prestige battle, both of them. But Gogo faces the challenge of maintaining his winning streak from a news where the BJP has a strong presence to present the allies of the caucus in national politics.
Now BJP stronghold since 2014. The constancy is the prestige battle outside. The Ahu factor is the key contest. Former years will got Gogoi, not the only reaching out voters of your heart. Gaurav has entered Your Heart, Mr. Decoding Gogoi as a three-time Chief Minister and represented Your Heart in Lok Sabha twice in 7. Before he returned to the state politics, Gaurav says Mr. Your Heart is beyond his family legacy.
I've not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years in a neighboring district far from Jorhat. The report that we are seeing from all sections of society and the way the BJP has responded, it seems as if even the BJP were not prepared for me to contest on this seat. This campaign, not about individual, this campaign is not about a political party. This campaign is about the people and fighting for the right regardless who don't get a sufficient living wage. And we're fighting for democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act. They don't have the space to exercise their protest.
Gogoi is trying to reach out to the party and to the place that gardens holding more than a dozen meetings every day trying to meet the voters. The challenge for him is that now this is a new constituency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left the Congress to go to the BJP.
On the other side, BJP has fielded the CMP Gogoi, a former leader in Assam and a former minister. Upon faces a challenge of another kind. His campaigning in wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but Gogoi showed he will overcome this temporary handicap.
मैंने बिल तो सुना होगा, सब लोगों ने बीजेपी को देखा और फोटो बनाई दीजिए तो उसको बात करेंगे। हम लोग जो बोल रहा है अभी हम जो बोल रहे हैं उससे सही होगा। ये हम 10-12 बजे मीटिंग सुना मीटिंग कर रहा हूँ और मेरा मीटिंग सिलेक्ट कोई नहीं है तो हम जीतेंगे 100%।
BJP Mr. Mandisha Sharma has thrown his weight behind the point. Several of his top officers and the party state leadership have been stationed there. Question is, will BJP take part?
We are looking for the right track. So we will go with the government who give us facilities and who provide us with all sources for our development. Like during this government, during this employment opportunities.
The Ahom community and the children voters make the majority of voters in Jorhat. Both officers Gaurav Gogoi and BJP Mr. Gogoi are from the Ahom community. Seen as you title Gaurav is way, Chris Pasel is constituency to win over the youth. As a sitting MP, Topon is on voter and Gaurav Gogoi has a family legacy bank. Lakan is back at the might of the Jagannath in Assam under Mandisha Sharma. To dub Jorhat cash items may have exaggeration, but it also to be a key for contest. We are the secretary in Jorhat, NDTV.
Throughout the city of Bharati out in the elections, Lucknow has been won by the
populous state with a massive 80 Lok Sabha seats. Naushad, one of the last Gulabo Sitabo puppeteers, a traditional but dying art form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow, says he fondly remembers performances at late BJP stalwart Lalji Tandon's home and at the homes of other prominent Lucknow-based politicians.
By Naushad's Gulab Sitabo might not have many years now, but he fondly remembers his performance at Bansuri. A stalwart who became the first BJP from Lucknow in 1991 and won 5 consecutive times.
The peak of the Ram movement in the late 80s and the early 90s will fight an electoral gain for the BJP in many parts of the country. The BJP won Lucknow for the first time in the 1991 Lok Sabha election without Bharati by the chosen MP. The city chose former Prime Minister Vajpayee as their MP for 5 terms, and the BJP has not somehow ever seen again now.
From 1991, BJP has been winning Lucknow seat every single time. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lalu Tandon. Now, BJP has fielded the sitting member of Parliament, Rajnath Singh, the defence minister.
After the 2014 election, the budget was 2000. For 19, that margin rose to over 3 votes.
दादाजी के खिलाफ उस पर 5 लाख से ज्यादा वोट जो तक कभी गठबंधन का प्रति ही तय हुआ है तो इसमें उतरा अंत तक लड़ाई इसकी रखी ना पाइयों को नहीं आम जनमानस में
Despite being formidable forces in the state, the Samajwadi Party and BSP have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SP and BSP were in an alliance, but then still, Rajnath Singh managed to defeat alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, while BSP has decided to contest solo, the SP and Congress alliance and its youngest member of the party who defied against Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
The main challenge to Rajnath Singh in this election is this man. Samajwadi Party from the Lucknow Central seat, Ravidas Mehrotra, a political veteran from the city who was MLA in 1989 and former minister under the administration of the government.
जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद हैं उनको लोगों की जनता से उनके कष्ट से कोई मतलब नहीं हम लोग लगातार जनता के बीच में थे चुनाव के दौरान भी जनता से मिलने का काम कर रहे हैं
Below 24 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. There are around 70% Hindus and more than 50% Muslims living in Lucknow. But most of the people come to this iconic Sharmati soil for the day Chines Bazaar.
बीजेपी जीतते साहब और क्या न्यूज़ स्टेशन जैसे कोई स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए दिखाने के लिए इस टाइम वो स्टेशन मिली गई है चुनाव इंडिया गवर्नमेंट इस बार अच्छी हुआ है
ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि सरकार
कि महंगाई बेरोजगारी सारे सरकार
The increase in modernity, Lucknow perhaps carries the elegant Mughal era. Not just food, architecture, but also the artwork. What do artisans of Lucknow that gave Lucknow its identity think about the upcoming nations?
Lucknow's traditional studies that Roti has long served the needs of livelihood to many in the city. The artisans like Hyder Ali, who has worked for 2 decades, stayed away despite coming to support.
But there is a very old saying that the road to Delhi passes by Lucknow. In this new election of alliances, there is a special attention on those who are going solo. BSP has put their candidate in Lucknow as well, Salwan Malik. Now, the BSP entering the poll battle, who will it actually benefit? The NDA bloc or India bloc, or can BSP get the Lucknow seat? The people will reveal their choices on 4th of June. With camera person Vivek Nasani, Punjab NDTV.
The Protestant Cohen proceeding watched the DMK and AIDMK are engaged in a three-way battle with BJP State President Annamalai. NDTV Raghav speaks to all the candidates and the people of Pedro for this report.
This summer, not BJP President Annamalai, one will finally get the party to reach electoral politics, or is the focus on just high? That's the final question in 2024. Annamalai definitely brings curiosity to the Bharatiya Janata Party's campaign. Personality, flavor, and a local character. Was that enough to reach the Bharatian focus? Especially the major parties, the AIDMK and DMK, are like to hold their ground. That's the big question. As he now, in a 3 days, in a place, he's worked hard, backed by the Prime Minister's Bush and the party infrastructure, but still performed with the challenge. The breaking GDI and MK alliance has made the three-way fate. Is Annamalai nervous? Has he been high too much? Are you worried that there's too much expectation?
Expectation is always good, sir. Expectation is good, and for the BJP, I always believe it's not enough. This is the time for the party to grow. You miss this opportunity, you make sure when you will get the opportunity because there is a legislator, there is more to get up, and this 10 years of stable government, and there is no state. If the BJP is not capitalizing on this opportunity, what opportunity will compete against?
What is it that you expect on the 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect, both in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
Vote share. I mean, for the last many months, 20%. It is like people might not believe now, but we are reading the ground where the mood is very positive. We have 25. This is a number. I agree with that.
Well, much has been spoken about Annamalai, I am Lucknow alumnus, ex-police officer. There's another alumnus in the race here, and that's the AIDMK's Singai Ramachandran. I am Ahmedabad alumnus, who was chosen by the late Jayalalitha to handle the party's excel. He's a first-time contestant, and one of the many fresh faces fielded by the party polls.
You are saying it's center of media attention. I'm saying we are center of people's attention because we are on the ground. We are with people, and day by day we can see people are being overwhelming us to us. From the time the party was set in 1970, every election, if you look at AIDMK is the only party which will give opportunity to us. That's what has been the target.
Seen former mayor of Coimbatore, Rana Kumar with his AIDMK rival. The battle is between the two Brazilian parties. He's DMK's candidate and has been tapped his mind in what is seen as a prestige battle. Current should go from the AIDMK to the DMK 2 years ago.
We are all right. They're very strong in social media, but otherwise we are very strong artistic ones. And it seems that our space has reached a root level. Core issue is GST. The hero of this election is GST. Because of GST, once the minister of South India, that was Bangalore was caught, it's slowly...
Bangalore is suddenly a prestige battle. That's because the BJP has put its state president here as the candidate. Well, it's part of the one where the BJP has shown some shares in the last 2 elections. Challenge before the DMK prestige battle to show that's a pole position as far as Coimbatore and Western Tamil Nadu is concerned. The results here will be the most keenly watched in this Bernard Lok Sabha 2024 polls. In respect of the final results, the Coimbatore contest is the focus, and given the hype around this electoral battle, the stakes are also perhaps huge for ex-IPS officer leading BJP's Zara Bichar. In one top, Hirag for NDTV.
Now talking about stability provide Bengaluru South, the big question in the Congress, dare the BJP bastion. The BJP MP Tejasvi Surya is facing a very high-profile leader. He faces off against Somnath, MLA, the daughter of Congress minister.
When it comes to the BJP bastion among Bengaluru's Lok Sabha constituency, it is Bengaluru South, which has been dominated by the locals since 1991. Well, Karnataka Congress minister's daughter Somnath emerged as the lone woman candidate to wrench the constituency from BJP.
Somnath is the daughter of Naka CM Minister Ramalinga Reddy, whose party of Congress enjoys clout in 3 of 8 assembly segments in the Lok Sabha constituency. But in the national election, it's an uphill battle for Congress. The party last won the seat over 3 decades ago, 1989. This constituency was formed in 1977. Since then, the BJP has won 8 times and the Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Kumar won 6 consecutive terms in this constituency. BJP faced Surya took over in 2019.
I just want to say one thing. I am a true to Kannadiga. I am a true to Bangalore. Women, especially young people, even senior citizens, come listening to me that we've seen you as an MLA. We really want you speaking in Parliament on behalf.
Somnath Reddy started as an activist and politics as the MLA in 2018. This is the first contest in the national election. Another famous Jayanagar complex. You must remember that the Jayanagar constituency did see Somnath as the MLA in 2018. However, in 2020, destiny did not favor her, even after she demanded counting votes. The matter may be suspicious, but then this time Somnath is hoping that there will be a turnaround in lead of fortune as far as Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. Today, someone would have to say under BJP MP Tejasvi Surya, the lawyer by question emerged not just among the yes candidates, but also among its most controversial. The list controversies include the recent alleged hate speech at Guru's Nagara that prompted the cops to register an FIR.
I have always taken attention. Sometimes a few sentences of you that I've may have any custom, but I've always done it, believe that it is the right to attack.
Tejasvi Surya believes that PM Modi's candidates will help him win his second term, that some he believes are connected with women will be X factor.
This was done a lot of good things with the state also. As even freebies, even a father is also an minister. These experiences will add to the people.
अच्छा आदमी है देखो कम अच्छा करना उस अच्छा आदमी
political landscape, and one is riding on Modi matching the other is riding on the
In order for Virudhagar, Congress's incumbent manager is seeing the actor, Radhika and the DMDK elder Vivian San, NDTV's Virudhagar meets them all.
After name intelligent production, Radhika is BJP's face for Virudhagar Lok Sabha seat. The husband Swaraj was famous podcast and former Rajya MP. Together, their aim is to wrestle out the Virudhagar seat. This time, the incumbent Congress MP, one company, who's backed by affordable DMK Congress left alliance with the smaller parties. Radhika and Harald are the star and local compete for the BJP, the state, which has had a total bond between Gujarat and politics.
You will be very surprised. I think it's a lot of surprise.
I ended Google phrase to get involved in politics in 1996. The same reaction between now. People definitely want to change and change is going to be
Russian political equation cast a like anywhere else, played a decisive role in a constituency like Virudhagar. Political parties with their extra alliances have been masters that bars managed to breaking through the foreign British workforce. The Congress right DMK power in Tamil Nadu, carrying the alliance of parties consistently sided with the DMK after the demise of the IMK Supremo Jayalalitha. Manipam Paul's biggest strength is the alliance that brought the grassroots element to get past the post. He won seat in 2009 with a 40% vote share as a DMK ally, but came fourth with just 3% vote in 2014 when the Congress and DMK fought separately in whatever was elections. The AIDMK won the seat in the election, but in 2019, Paul was back and moved the DMK with a 43% vote. This is to just reiterate the importance of Congress DMK alliance history for the former.
After 4th of July, it will all be there. We'll not have the insular in Parliament. We'll also have the alliance.
The big threat to according to Tagore is this man, Jayapal, son of the NDTV founder, later actor Khan. These parts are DMK original influence and Vijay is not a simple matter. The campaign is about keeping his father beside. The alliance with the AIDMK, the Formula 1 is threatening to sink in the deep.
We have a quite good vote bank here. In India, we have a quite good bank here. So, according to our tactics, I think we are strong to compare those two. And to be honest, the competition between demanding the government myself, I think.
Battle for Virudhagar is one survival of the DMK, one to hold on to seats, keep the numbers to remain a relevant proposition nationally for Congress, and one that will mean a march into territory for BJP. What we do with that, make Virudhagar as interesting a contest as any. Virudhagar, politically.
But it's time to speak short. To focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital, the strategically important Delhi constituency, has seen all words like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Raj Shah, and Adipaka contestment. It is housed in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in Delhi may be the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard, seen at all, defined many alliances rising to power, governs foreign and prime ministers run the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One capital, 7 constituencies. New Delhi is home to 40 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like President, Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Atal Bihari Vajpayee rested joining one seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant in India's former Deputy Prime Minister K. Bharati protested from Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ramadan movement. From in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi would fought for the BJP in the last decade. It has been a direct contest between BJP and Congress until Delhi's arm entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party have an alliance in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the AAP is a man who fought for the Andolan in the courts, being a lawyer and a sitting MLA from the Delhi's Somnath, Bharati. Charles cut out the party heavyweight to defend wars in prison and blown up the party's tattered image in the police.
This time the election different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is totally different. The way BJP passed opposition, the way it took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all to be addressed in this section. So people of Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of BJP in the last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister, will accuse of crores loot. He's BJP. So BJP has a new assumption. So now he's pure. Second people who were jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on such corruption, he's pure. You know, N number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is pure people to see. Kaun kaam kara hai, kaun naam hai, kaun kaam hai.
In a radical criminal move, BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 potential MPs from Delhi. It beat accused Parvesh Verma and Ramesh Biduni, the controversial MP Gautam Gambhir. The BJP parents boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya ji, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Vidhan Sabha and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniam. These are all promises to an enunciated manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. The union elections, and therefore I think voter also the perspective is broader. We're talking about development. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed. How do you look at that? Do people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No. हमारी पार्टी में टिकट कटते मिलते हैं और हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं होते राइट होते हैं.
He is nearly 1.5 lakh plus voters and among thousands of young students, one of the country's biggest voting hubs in Delhi's Rajasthan. In election season, this nerve of UPSC aspirants is busting with politics.
अगर हम बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट जो कंडीशन डेट पीएम सरकार इलेक्शन में हम पे वोटिंग होती है, लेकिन अगर आप बात करेंगे तो अपनी सिचुएशन और जो आपके जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसको जाके करनी चाहिए. जैसे एजुकेशन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
हर रोज क्या बोलते हैं जैसे कितनी पार्टी जो जिस में लीड हो गए राजस्थान में लीड हो गए मतलब कुछ स्टार्ट से स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ. ये नहीं देखिए मुझे जैसे बड़ी वो बड़ी जाए सोसाइटी रियल के बेसिस पे कास्ट के बेसिस पे ये कुछ सालों में एक देखते हैं क्योंकि आज देखो आज टाइम पे बात करते हैं कोई हो गया कभी बात करते हैं एलियन दोस्त के पहले उसकी मेरे पार्लियामेंट में होने में पिछले हम तो पार्लियामेंट में उसका वो देखिए कितनी विजन है ऐसा नहीं है.
Cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel the streets are not very clean. All these dark, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very high, almost double.
From Delhi pollution, blocks, landfills and sanitation mess, even as Delhi grapples with its own sand issues, it is left without a chief minister. The arrest of Chief Minister Kejriwal held big general elections as if the Aam Aadmi Party without its star campaigner and its face.
The contest of the new seat is a prestige battle, both for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many political pundits say that the BJP, which has unseated 6 of 7 sitting MPs in Delhi, is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party, which has defeated BJP both in state elections as well as municipal polls. But these are national elections. Can big brand Modi, national security and Vishnu trump local issues like sanitation and pollution? That is a big question. In the cabinet, Garden Park,
Lok Sabha rises on the prestigious seat Jorhat with Congress Lok Sabha Gaurav Gogoi contesting against the sitting BJP MP Tom Goy. It's prestige battle both of them. Gaurav Gogoi faces the challenge of maintaining his winning streak for a new seat where the BJP has a strong presence to present itself as the face of Congress in national politics.
It's a battle between the Gogois in Jorhat, Gaurav and Topon. One is a bastion, now the BJP strongholds in MP. The prestige battle for both sides. A home factor is also key to contest. 41 years from Gaurav Gogoi starts his day early, taking outdoors of Jorhat. Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, Dr. Rungoi, Assam's three-time chief minister, had represented Jorhat Lok Sabha in the 70s. Before he returned to state politics, Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I have not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat, with response we're seeing from all sections of society. And the BJP has also responded. It seems BJP was not prepared for me to contest the seat. And this campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about people. I'm fighting for the right of migrant workers who don't get a sufficient living wage. And we're fighting for the democracy because people in Assam, especially in Jorhat, they oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Though he reach out to the party areas and to the villages of the gardens, holding another meeting every day, trying to meet the voters. The challenge for him is that not only this is a new constituency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left Congress and switched over to the BJP.
Back to the campaign on the other side, BJP has fielded the sitting MP Topon Gogoi, a former leader in Assam and former Assam minister. Topon faces a challenge final line. He's campaigning in a chair after he fractured his neck. Top assured he will overcome this temporary handicap.
19 पे लीजिए 19 में तो सुना होगा सब लोगों ने जिसको वोट दिया और फोर्थ जो दीजिए तो उसको उस दिन बांटेंगे हम लोग जो बोल रहा है अभी हम जो बोल रहा है उससे सही होगा डेली हम 10 बार वैसे मीटिंग में मीटिंग कर रहा हूं अभी मेरा मीटिंग है इसलिए पोल रही तो हम देंगे 100%.
BJP Chief Minister Mr. Sharma has thrown his weight behind Topon. Several of his top ministers and the party station have been stationed there. The question is, will BJP retain Jorhat?
We are looking forward to a so we go with the government who gave us the facilities and who provided us with all the resources for our development. Like during this government, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahom community and the Tibetan workers make a majority of voters in Jorhat. Both Congress Gaurav Gogoi and BJP's Topon Gogoi are from the Ahom community. Seen as a youth icon, Gaurav is busy crossing this vast constituency to win for the youth. As the MP, Topon is on home turf and Gaurav Gogoi has family legacy to bank. Topon is also backed by the might of the BJP juggernaut Assam under Mr. Sharma. Who dubbed Jorhat cash for titles, maybe exaggeration, but also to be a king of a contest. With capital Sanjay Chakraborty in Jorhat, NDTV.
The battle with the state of Bharati will play out in the Lok Sabha elections. Now has been won by BJP for 2 decades. In the forthcoming elections, it will be the contest between Rajasthan Singh, the Samaj Party Party's Mayor Rotra. My colleague Anish has this report.
In the heart of Lucknow, capital of Pradesh, India's most populous state with a massive 80 seats. Tosha was the last Gulabo Sitabo appears, a traditional but dying art form that tells the story of the vibrant world now. Tracy fondly remembers performances that take Delhi's stalwart Al Karan Lucknow home and at most of other prominent Lucknow-based politicians.
While Naushad's Gulabo Sitabo might have many takers now, he fondly remembers his performance at Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birth anniversary. Stalwart became first BJP MP for Lucknow in 1991 and won it 5 consecutive times.
The peak of the Ram Temple movement in the late 80s and early 90s coincided with the electoral gain for the UP in parts of the country. BJP won Lucknow for the first time in the 1991 Sabha election, with Atal Bihari Vajpayee elected CMP. The city was formed by Vajpayee as directly for 5 straight terms, and BJP has not lost Lucknow in 6 decades now.
From 1991, the BJP has been winning the Lucknow seat every single time. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Rajiv Tandon, and now BJP has fielded the sitting member of parliament, Rajnath Singh, to defend it.
Bharat Singh won the election with a margin of 72,000 votes. In 2019, the margin rose to over 3 lakh votes.
Despite being formidable forces in the state, the Samaj Party and the BSP have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SP and BSP were in alliance. Then still, Rajnath Singh managed to defeat the alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, the BSP has decided to contest solo. The SP and the Congress are alliance, and it's Ravindra Mehta of the Samaj Party who will be fighting against Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
The main challenge for Lucknow election is this: Samaj Party MLA from the Lucknow Central seat, Mayor Rotra, a political veteran from the city who first became MLA in 1999, and former minister under the Akhilesh Yaदव government.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद हैं उनको लखनऊ की जनता से उनके कष्ट से कोई मतलब नहीं. हम लोग लगातार जनता के बीच रहते हैं. चुनाव के दौरान भी जनता से मिलने का काम कर रहे हैं.
With over 24 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. Around 30% Hindus and more than 50% living in Lucknow. But most of these people come to this iconic Sharma stall for the daily transport.
और कोई टक्कर है नहीं इसमें जैसे कोई एक स्ट्रांग पॉइंट चाहिए होता है कि बाहर के लिए इस टाइम है नहीं इस टाइम ये कोई है पूरा माहौल इनके बनने बार अच्छी मत से
ऐसा क्यों कि
महंगाई रोजगारी आदि सरकार मुक्त कर रहा है.
With the increased mobility, Lucknow perhaps carries the evidence of Mughal era. Not just food, architecture, but also the artwork. But what do artisans of Lucknow that gave Lucknow its identity think about the upcoming elections?
Lucknow's traditional Zai Zandozi has for long served as a means of livelihood for many in the city. But after that secondary, who has been working for 2 decades, stays fade away despite our claims of sports.
People takes a very old say that the road to Delhi passes by Lucknow. In this crucial election of alliances, there is a special attention on those who are being so. The BSP have put their candidate in Lucknow as well, Sarwan Malik. Now, with the BSP entering the poll battle, who will it actually benefit? The NDA bloc or India bloc, or can BSP take the seat? The people reveal the choice on for fortune. With our person Kumar Seni, by Punjabi, for NDTV.
The contest is Coimbatore keenly watches the DMK and the AIDMK are engaged in battle with the BJP state president Annamalai. NDTV Zero speaks to all 3 candidates and the people of Coimbatore for this report.
Is current BJP President A. Annamalai the one who finally got the party to reach the electoral politics, or is the focus on him just right, despite the president in 2024? Annamalai definitely was curiosity about the family, but was likely they were but it's now reaching the forward, especially the 2 main parties, AIDMK and DMK, are the hold that down. That's the big question. Does he have enough in 3 parts, even in a place? Yes, Bhopal, backed by Prime Minister Somnath and party infrastructure. It's still a formidable challenge. Breaking the BJP alliance has made this 3-way fight. Is Annamalai nervous? Is he the hype moment? Are you what there is too much expectation on him?
It's very good, sir. Expecting is good and may not be always be the one. This is the right for the party to you miss this opportunity. You might not be sure when you the opportunity again. There is a little bit of this is top and there is a stable government and there is a stable state. If you have on this opportunity, the opportunity is going to be in place.
What is it to expect at 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect both in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
What share? I'm being very good. I'm to touch it first. If you start Okay, not really now. I'm getting the ground well. Who is very positive. It's a big number. Everybody will get there.
Why much big spin about unlucky I am Lucknow ex-police officer? There's another I am in the race. That's the AIDMK single government. And I am Ahmedabad. He was chosen by the BJP under the party's IT cell. He's first time contestant and is one of the main pressures excluded by the party in this vote.
You are in the center of me. I'm saying we are in the center of people's attention because we are in the ground. We are the people. And day by day, we can see people are overwhelming mistrust. From the time the party was started in 1972, every election, AIDMK is the only party to give opportunity and mistrust. That's what has been the track record.
The seat on air for the Bharati Rajkumar with his AIDMK rival. Battle is between two Rabia parties. He's the DK candidate that has been backed by the party's might in what is seen as a prestige battle. Coming shifted over from the AIDMK to the DMK a few years ago.
Let's find the social media, but otherwise we are very strong party structures. And let's see the Tamil Nadu as its root level. Core issue is GST. The key of this election is GST because GST, what to say, once Manchester of Savida, that was going to the stall, they slowly play.
I am not a prestige battle because BJP has put its state president here as a candidate. Well, it's not the one seat where BJP has shown some vote share in the last two elections. Before the DMK prestige to show it's in pole position as far as Coimbatore and Western Tamil Nadu is concerned. The results are either extremely watched in Tamil Nadu, those are 2020 polls. In respect to the final result, the Coimbatore contest is in full and given high ground this equal battle, the seats are also perhaps huge for the excitement of the leader BJP in charge. Here for NDTV.
On out to a key constituency profile, Bengaluru South, big question where the Congress head of BJP action. BJP leader Surya is contesting here, very high profile leader. He faces off against Somnath, LA, the daughter of a Congress minister.
When it comes to the BJP bastion among Bengaluru Lok Sabha constituency, it is Bengaluru South. It's been dominated by the local symbol since 1991. When Lok Sabha Congress Dr. Somnath Reddy emerged as the low woman candidate for the constituency from the BJP.
Somnath is the daughter of Karnataka's senior minister Ramalinga Reddy, whose party Congress enjoys clout in 3 of 8 assembly segments in the Lok Sabha constituency. By the national elect, it's an uphill battle for the Congress. The party last won the seat over 3 decades ago, 1989. The constituency was formed in 1977. Senate Bharati won 8 times and Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Anand Kumar won 6 consecutive terms in this constituency. The BJP's Decoding Swaraj took over in 2019.
I just want to say one thing. I am a true blue January. I am a true blue January. Women, especially young people in tier citizency, coming and messaging, telling me that we've seen you as an MLA. We really want you speaking in the parliament on her behalf.
Somnath started career as an active and entered politics as the MLA of the Jainagar seat in 2018. This is the first contest in the national election. Another famous Jainagar complex. One remember that the Jainagar constituency did see Somnath Reddy as the MLA in 2018. However, in 2023, Destiny did not favour her even after she demanded counting of votes. There might be subjects, but then this time Somnath Reddy is hoping that there will be a turnaround in the wheel of fortune as far as the Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. To win, Somnath will have to update challenge BJP MP Decoding Surya, a lover by profession, who emerged just as one of the youngest candidates and also one of its most controversial. List of controversies include the recent alleged hate speech at Bengaluru's Nagarapet that prompted the cops to register an FIR.
I always like to speak with action. Sometimes a few sentences, a few words I've spoken may have been absurd. I've always believed there is a to attack.
Decoding Surya believes that PM Modi's guarantees will help him win second term, as some believes connect with women will be the X factor.
Congress has done a lot of good things, protocols. It has given freebies. Even Paris also, these experience will add to the people.
While one is riding on the Modi magic, the other is resting on the partner's mind. The campus is going to in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Vijay Prabhakar, NDTV's Veera Raghav meets them all.
Popular actor and a powerful name in television production, Radhika is the BJP's face for the Virudhunagar Lok Sabha seat. Her husband Sharat Kumar is one of Tamil cinema's top stars and a former Rajya Sabha MP. And together, their aim is to wrestle out the Virudhunagar seat. But this man, the incumbent Congress MP, Manikam Tagore, who's backed by the formidable DMK Congress left alliance with other swans. Radhika and Sharat are the star and low political appeal for BJP in a state which has had a double bond between stars and politics.
I think it's right to walk the price. When I entered political faith, we involved in politics in 1996. The same reaction will be now that people definitely want to change. The change is going to be for the BJP.
Grassroots political equations are cast, but like anywhere else, play a decisive role in a constituency like Villanagar. The two Dravidian parties, the alliance has been mastered at that grassroots level, and breaking through is a formidable challenge for the third force. Congress is striking for DMK power in Tamil Nadu, and a carefully nurtured alliance of parties consistently sided with the DMK after the demise of the IDMK's Modi Jayalalitha. Markham Tagor's biggest strength is that alliance. It brings with it the grassroots arithmetic get past the post. He won the seat in 2009, 50% share as a DMK ally, but he voted just 3% vote in 2014 when the Congress and DMK fought separately in one of the worst elections. The AIDMK won the seat in that election, but in 2019, Tagore was back on poll as a DMK ally with a 43% vote. This history just reiterates the importance of the Congress-DMK alliance, especially for the former.
After 4th of July, June, they will all be there, shots will go, but we will have the 5 MPs of the India alliance together in the parliament, and we will all stand together as the alliance.
The bigger threat to him, according to Tagore, is son, Vijay Prabhakar, son of DMK founder, late actor Vijay Kant. These parts are a DMK leader of influence, and Vijay is finding a sympathy factor as his campaign is about keeping his father's legacy alive. The alliance with the AIDMK is a formidable one, and he is ready to have a sing.
We have quite good vote bank here, and the Indian good vote bank here. So according to our tactics, I think we strongly to counter those two. And to be honest, the competition will be between Morning Talk and myself, I think.
Battle for Villanagar is one for survival for the DMK, one to hold on seats, keep the numbers to remain a relevant opposition nationally for Congress, and one that will be a march into new territory for the lady. All three together make Villanagar as a contest, as in Villanagar, we have for NDTV.
We'll sign off last week. Shortly. Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Bihar by Rajeshna Advani and they have contested. This is the seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. Victory in New Delhi means the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. Defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including House electors, the President, the Prime Minister, and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated patriots. It was in the late 1970s, when the Janata Party was on the rise, Atal Bihari Vajpayee bested the all-important seat from Congress soon after the emergency. His losses squandered down, and India's fourth deputy Prime Minister, NDTV, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 to beat the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Bakan in early 2000s to Nakshi moving forward for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest with the BJP and the Congress until Delhi Aam Aadmi entered the scene. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back victories in state and local polls, his party has yet to test BJP's prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance Delhi, and Delhi is contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought for the Andolan in courts. Supreme Court lawyer and a sitting MP from New Delhi's Malinagar, Somnath Bharati. The task cut out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and come out his party's national image in the polls.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time reasons, the purpose, the focus is different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people in Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people of Delhi were sacrificed by government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister, himself 7,000 crores loot. He is BJP. So BJP is a boxing machine. So now he is pure. Second, Bhujbal, who was jailed and in jail for 1 year on charges of corruption, he is BJP. Now he is pure.
Left, right and centre this evening is also focused on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital, strategically important New Delhi constituency, has seen forward like highly fought by Raj Advani and Ajay Bhatt contestment. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses all bodies of India of train New Delhi, means the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic effort seen at all, defining mandates, alliances rising power, governments falling, and prime ministers run the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise. Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from Congress soon after Bharati. His closest confidant in India's former Prime Minister Lok Sabha contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the movement. From Ajay Makkan in the early 2000s to Meenakshi voting for Philippi last decade, it has been a direct contest with the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's army entered frame. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories against local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi will be contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the arc is a man fought in Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from New Delhi's Mahinagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party leader to defend his boss in prison and boom up its party's stat image in the run of the polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all to be addressed this issue. So people really want accountability for the government. All these members of parliament of BJP in last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of the were snatched by the government, they did not say a word. BJP had a sense. Ajay Pawar, whom Prime Minister, who accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP. So BJP had a new washing machine. So now he's pure. Second principal, who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption, he joined BJP. Now he's pure. Representative of the guy, Professor Sharma, more people. New washing machine in the market. BJP, which people to see. कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार.
In a radical political move, BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contested MPs from hate speech accused by Rishma and Ravi. The controversial MP for the BJP's big leaders have fallen short. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, led parents, boasting of an illustrious career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Delhi. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both Vidhan Sabha and Parliament.
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital, the strategically important New Delhi constituency, has seen stalwarts like Raj Advani and Ajay Bhatt contest from it. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the corridors of India. A victory in New Delhi means to keep the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic effort has seen at all, with mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 literacies remains home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like President, Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was the late 1970s. The Janata Party was on the rise. That Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrestled upon seat from the Congress soon after emergency. His first squadron, India's former Prime Minister Eli Advani, contested in Bansuri in 1989 during the peak of Ramadan movement. From Alibaba in the early 2000s, Meenakshi leading the vote for the BJP last year has been a direct contest between BJP and Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back electoral victories in the state local polls, his party is here against the BJP's prospects in Lok Sabha. This time it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are in alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the is a man fought an Andolan in the courts. Supreme Court lawyer and sitting MLA from Delhi, Nagar, Somnath. The task is cut out with the heavy weight who sent the boss in prison and blew up his party's tattered image in the run-up polls.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, the reasons, the purpose, the focus is irrelevant. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be in this election. So people really want accountability from the government. All these members of parliament BJP last years did not say what when rights of people of Delhi were snatched by central government. They did not say what BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP. So BJP is a new membership. Now he's got. Second, Bhojpal was jailed and trained in Delhi for 1 year on corruption. He joined BJP. Now he's got. A number of people. So no seems to see in the market. BJP, which is to purify people, people do see. कौन काम करता है, कौन ईमानदार है, कौन काम
In a radical political move, BJP has unseated 6 7 contestants MPs from Delhi. From speech accused by Vishwana and Nishpindi, the controversial MP of the BJP's big leaders have all been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP fielded a fresh race. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 4-year-old Swaraj, a political debutante. Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer at both events, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi guarantee. Whether it was abolition of Article 370, whether it was construction for grander Ram Temple and Bharati, whether it was 33% reservation in favor of women in both Sansan and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. These are all promises given and enunciated in our manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are new elections, and therefore I think the voter also, the spectrum is broader. We're talking about women-led development. So of course my vision resonated with his.
The fact that most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed. How do you get that? Do people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your princesses?
Not at all. हमारी पार्टी के टिकट मिलते हैं और हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं दायित्व
Delhi is getting 1.5 lakh first-time voters. Among them are thousands of young students in one country's biggest sporting hubs in New Delhi's Rajendra Nagar. Election season, this nerve center of UPSC aspirants is boxing politics.
अगर हम कंट्री वाइड बात करेंगे तो इसमें बहुत कनिष्ठ कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोकसभा में नहीं करते वोटिंग होती है लेकिन अगर आप मेरे व्यू करेंगे तो अपने कस्टडी अपने जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इस पे ध्यान में रख के वोट करनी चाहिए अब जैसे कि एज स्टूडेंट वी आर इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट
पॉलिटिकल हर रोल में पार्टी होते हैं जैसे पार्टी लीडर जो महाराष्ट्र में लोग मतलब एक ट्रांसफर करेंगे तो कम्युनिटी एक से एक बात करते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बॉडी जितना वो गिरती जा रही है जैसे सोसाइटी का जो सोसाइटी है जिसके आकाश के बीच में पिछले कुछ सालों में एक बढ़ा है अभी अगर आप देखो आज मैं अपनी बात करता हूं कोई प्रोटेस्ट है कोई और बात करते हैं एंड को दोस्त कर दिया तो मेरी पार्लियामेंट की प्रोसीडिंग हम भी देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट की मेरे पास कितनी एजेंसी है
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel the cities are not very clean. All these dots here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very high. Also,
From Delhi pollution to toxic landfills and sanitation mess, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left without a chief minister. The arrest chief minister Kejriwal ahead of the elections has left the party without his star campaign to take his place.
The contest of cabinet New Delhi city is a festive battle. Both of the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many political pundits say that the BJP is unseated 6 of its Senate sitting MP here in Delhi is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party has defeated the BJP both in the elections as well as municipal polls. But these national elections can the big best of Modi, national security and wishful guru trample into that sanitation and air pollution? That is a big question. In Delhi, camps in Kalkata, Beta TV.
Well, Lok Sabha all eyes are on the prestigious seat brought up with the Congress deputy leader in the Lok Sabha, Gogoi, contesting against the sitting BJP MP Tapan Gogoi. It's a fifty battle of both of them, but Gogoi faces a challenge of maintaining his win streak from UC, where the BJP has a strong presence, presents itself as the face of the Congress in national politics.
It's back between two Gogois in Jorhat. The Ahum factor is also key to the contest. 41 years old Gaurav Gogoi starts his day early, reaching out to voters of Jorhat. Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, late Tarun Gogoi, Assam's three-time chief minister, had represented Jorhat in Lok Sabha twice in the 70s. Before he returned to the state politics, Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I have not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district, far from Jorhat. The response is from all sections of society. The way the BJP has responded, it seems that the BJP were not prepared for me to contest from this seat. And this campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a big political party. This campaign is about the people. I'm fighting for the right of tea garden workers who don't get a sufficient litigation. And we're fighting for the democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, they oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Gogoi is trying to reach out to the farming areas and to the village gardens, holding more than another meeting every day, trying to meet the voters. The challenge for him is that not only is a new constituency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left Congress.
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen tall words like Krishna Advani and Ajay Babu contest from it. This is the only seat in Delhi. It houses the power corridor of India. A victory in New Delhi means the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy. The throne of power, the core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. Defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors, the president, the prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated nations. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the one seat from Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant in India's former Prime Minister Advani contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ramandir movement. From Adhimakar in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi who fought for the BJP last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the field. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state polls, his party is able to dent the BJP prospects in Lok Sabha. At the time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress Aam Aadmi Party alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought for the Anandolan in courts, Supreme Court player, and a MA from New Delhi's Mandigar, Somnath Bharati. Task is cut out for the party heavyweight to defend the boss in prison, and Bhuma is party's actor in the run for the police.
This time, election has a different color out there. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is intelligent. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be ever since the election. So people really want accountability from the government. All these members of parliament BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When the rights of people were snatched by the government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister himself used a 70,000 crore loot. He's in BJP. The BJP has a new Washington plan. Second Mujibur who was jailed and getting in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. Is BJP? It's pure. You know, Sumit Adhikari, Sharma, n number of people. The new Washington rखे. BJP, which is 25 people, people to see कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम है, कौन काम है.
In radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contentious MPs from Delhi. From hate speech accused by Swaraj and Duni, the controversial echo of the BJP's big leaders have all been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Swaraj, a political debutante. Swaraj is a lawyer like with parents, boasting of a successful career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi Gandhi. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram temple in Bharati, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Vidhan Sabha and
several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. This regionally important constituency seems towards the largest Advani and market contestant. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in New Delhi being key, the seat of its largest democracy. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in New Delhi being key, the seat of its largest democracy. The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard, as told, defining mandate, allies is rising power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the center of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s, when the Janata Party was on the rise, Atal Bihari Vajpayee rested on seat the Congress soon after the NDTV. This was confirmed in India's former Prime Minister Lk Advani, contested from New Delhi Snooker in 1989 during peak of the Bharati movement. From Ajay Market in 2000 to Meenakshi Lekhi voting for the BJP last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and Congress until there is Aam Aadmi in Delhi. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral defeats in the state and local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's battled with lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are in alliance in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From York is a man who fought the Anna Andolan in courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a second from Delhi Nagar, Somnath. Dusk is cut out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and his party's character image in the Nagpur.
This time the election has a different color, Olga. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way it took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the way addressed in this election. So people want accountability to the government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Pratik Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now he's got. Second, Bhujbal was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on the corruption. He joined BJP. He's got. You know, a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is to purify people to see कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम कौन काम ना.
In a radical move, BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contentious MPs from Delhi. From hate speech accused by Deshmaya to the controversial MP Gautam Gambhir, the BJP's big leaders have already dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh race. BJP veteran Swaraj reporter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj, a political debutant. Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, like both attempts, both take ministers seeking career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi Gandhi. Whether it was the addition of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both the Council and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Bandhan Niyam. These are all promises which were enunciated in Manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are new elections, and therefore I think the voter also the perspective is broader. We're talking about development, Lok Sabha. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the BJP MPs were removed, how do you get that? Do people here you see was sort of disillusion by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all, not at all. हमारे पार्टी में टिकट नहीं है, टिकट मिले हैं, और हमारे यहाँ पद नहीं होते राजनीति.
There is nearly 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them houses around tombs in one of the country's biggest voting hubs in New. In election season, this nerve center UPL aspirant is bustling in politics.
अगर हम जनरल बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट प्राइम कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोकसभा के इलेक्शन में यहाँ पे वोटिंग होती है. लेकिन अगर आप मैं भी बात करें तो अपनी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी मतलब जो आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं बिहार में कोई प्रॉब्लम्स है उसको हल करनी चाहिए. अब देखिए एज स्टूडेंट वी आर फेसिंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट.
बट हर रोज में पार्टी होती है. देखिए कि पार्टी जो मास्टर लीडर होगा तमिल लोग अभी स्टार्ट करके कुछ करते नहीं है. एक इलेक्शन में इलेक्शन में कार्य से कोई भी वो कीमत चली तो एक जो सारी बड़ी रिलीज इस पे आपके इस पे ये पिछले सालों में एक बड़ा है. अगर आप अगर कोई अपनी बात करता है प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है वो अगर बात करता है तो जो एज एन घोषित कर दिया तो मेरे पार्लियामेंट हो पार्लियामेंट की हम देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट की सबको एफिशिएंसी है.
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel it's not very key. All these costs here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From deadly pollution, toxic landfills, and sanitation mess, even Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues. It is left down to the Chief Minister. The election challenge Kejriwal at elections as MP party without its star campaigner in big space. The contest for captain New Delhi seat is a prestige battle between the Aam Aadmi Party as well as BJP. Many people say that the BJP, which is unseated 6 of 7 MPs here in Delhi, is nervous of the Aam Aadmi Party, which defeated the BJP both in state elections as well as municipal polls. But these are national elections, and the big message of Brand Modi, national security, and wish to do non-local issues like sanitation and pollution, that is a big question. In Delhi, Mr. Balan Patra, we are ready.
Well, understand their lives are on the prestigious seat of Jorhat, the deputy Lok Sabha Gogoi contesting against the same BJP MP of Gogoi. It's a prestige battle for both of them. One of Gogoi is a challenge of maintaining his winning streak from a new seat where the BJP has a strong presence to present itself as the face of Congress in national politics.
Gogoi's in Jorhat, Gaurav and Babu. Once the Congress battle, now the BJP stronghold is 2020. The constituency is a key battle for both sides. The Aam factor is also in the contest. 14-year-old Gogoi starts in the early reaching of voters of Jorhat. Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, Decoding Gogoi, has as street chief minister and represented Jorhat Lok Sabha twice in 2017. Before he returned to the politics, Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I have not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a district far from Jorhat. The response that we are seeing from all sections of society and the way the BJP also responded seems as if the BJP will not get for me to control the seat. And this campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about the people. I'm fighting for the right of migrant workers who don't get a special regulation, and we are fighting for the right democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Go is trying to reach out to our areas and to the villages and gardens, holding more than a dozen meeting every day, trying to meet the voters. Challenge for him is that not only is there a conspiracy, but several Congress leaders from this area have left the Congress and switched over to the BJP.
The campaign on the other side, we fielded the sitting and Gogoi, a former student leader and former Prime Minister. Tapan faces a challenge for another time. He's camping in a wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but Top sure he will overcome this security gap.
NDTV लाने दीजिए, NDTV को होगा, सब लोग बीजेपी वोट देगा और वोट लाने दीजिए, तो उसको बात करेंगे, हम लोग है, लोग है, सही बात। इसलिए हम तो मीटिंग में मीटिंग कर रहे हैं, कोई भी नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, हम जाएंगे 100%।
BJP Sharma has always weighed on several of his ministers and party state leadership have been stationed there, specialists will be into our heart.
We are looking for the right future. So we go with the who gave us the facilities and who provided us with all the proud development. Like during this government rule, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahom community and the League voters make up the majority of voters to heart. Both Congress for Gogoi and PP's Tapan Gogoi and the Ahom community, seen as a youth icon, God of his crossing this vast conspiracy, win over the youth. As the Tapan is on the turf, Tapan Gogoi has a family legacy to bang. Tapan is also backed by the mic of the BJP General Assam and the Sharma. Clash of the Titans may be an acceleration, but promises to be a meaningful contest. Here was Sanjay Chakraborty, into our 2020.
Well, for the city of Lucknow will play out in Lok Sabha elections. Lucknow has been won by the BJP Free Kids in the coming elections. They witnessed a current Rajnath Singh and Somnath parties run by colleague Tarnish as a student.
In the heart of Lucknow, capital of Pradesh, in a full cage, another cage of the feet. For the last Gulabo Sitabo workers, a traditional but dynamic form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow, facing 40 performances and 10 TVs covered largely London's Lucknow home and the hopes of other prominent Lucknow's politicians.
ये कटपुली पहले जमाने में चलती थी नवाबों के जमाने में नवाबों की पूरी लंदन लेकिन while Naushad's Gulabo Sitabo might not have made us now, but he fondly remembers his songs at Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birth anniversary. Stalwart who became the first BJP MP from Lucknow in 1991 and won it 5 consecutive times.
The peak of the Ramdal movement in the late 80s and early 90s decided electoral gain for the city in parts of the country. BJP won Lucknow for the first time in the 1990 Lok Sabha election, Atal Bihari Vajpayee being chosen as the MP. The city chose former Prime Minister Vajpayee as their MP for 5 terms, and the city has not lost Lucknow in over 2 decades now.
From 1991, the BJP has been winning the Lucknow seat every single time. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lalji Tandon, now the BJP has fielded
हुआ है तो लखनऊ से चुनाव जीते। मुझे तो लगता है कि अभी इतना सपाइयों को है और ना ही आम जनमानस में है।
Despite being formidable forces in the state, the Samajwadi Party and the BSP have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SP and BSP were in alliance, but then still Rajnath Singh managed to defeat the alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, while the BSP has decided to contest solo, the SP and Congress alliance and its Rajnath Mehra of Swaraj will be fighting against Mr. Rajnath Singh.
The main challenge of Rajnath Singh in this election this match, Samajwadi Party from the Lucknow Central seat, a political veteran from the city, first being MLA in 1989 and former minister under the administration of government.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के शासन है, उनको लखनऊ की जनता से, उनके कष्ट से कोई मतलब नहीं। हम लोग लगातार जनता के बीच रहते हैं, चुनाव के दौरान बीच से मिलने का रहे हैं।
There are 24 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. There are around 20% Hindus and more than 20% Muslims living in Lucknow. But most of these people come to this iconic Sharma stall for their daily times.
क्यों बोलते हैं? वो बेटा नहीं उसके जैसे कोई फ्रॉड ये होगा किसी बार में स्टैंड बनी तो इस बीजेपी का ट्रबल इंडिया का इस बार अच्छी हमसे होगा तो इसके महंगाई बेरोजगारी सारे बचाए सारे मुसला है।
With the increase in modernity, Lucknow perhaps carries the elegance from Mughal era. Not just food, architecture, but also artwork. But what do artisans of Lucknow that gave Lucknow its identity think about upcoming elections?
Lucknow's president Ali last week announced the means of livelihood to many in the city. But artists like Ali, who worked for 2 days, say fading away despite the fame of sports.
In politics, there's a very old saying, and the road to Delhi passes via Lucknow. In this crucial election of alliances, there's a special attention on those who are being solo. The BSP has put a candidate in Lucknow as well, Sawar Malik. Now, with the BSP entering the poll battle, who will actually benefit? The India bloc or the India bloc, or can BSP take the Lucknow seat? The people will reveal their choices on 4th of June. With reports for NDTV, for NDTV.
The North Secretary is keenly watched as the DMK AIDMK are engaged in a battle with the BJP State President Annamalai. NDTV Veer to all three candidates and people of Kotak for special report.
Is Tamil Nadu BJP President Annamalai the one who will finally get the party to break the dividend in politics, or if it's just high? That's the final question in 2024. Annamalai definitely brings a curiosity to the Bharati parties, having personality, flavor, and a local character too. But it's not enough to reach the London fortress, especially if two major parties, AIA, DMK, and DMK, are fighting hard to hold their ground. That's the big test. Does he hang up in a three-way fight in a place unquiet? He has worked hard, backed by the Prime Ministers Somnath and the party infrastructure, but still a formidable challenge. The breaking of the BJP AIDMK alliance and this three-way fight. Is Annamalai nervous? Has he hyped too much? Are you worried that there is too much expectation on you?
Expectation is always good, sir. Expectation is always good, and for Tamil Nadu BJP, I always believe it is now or never. This is the time for the party to miss this opportunity. You can't be sure when you will get the opportunity next. There's a little bit, there's nobody at the top, and there's the India State Board, and there's Mr. Take. The BJP is not focusing on this opportunity. What opportunity will come to it?
What is it that you expect on 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect both in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
Vote share, I'm being very open for the last many months. We would touch 5%. It will be stopped. People might not believe, but I'm hearing the well. The mood is very positive. It's a big number. I think we'll get there.
One much has been spoken about Annamalai, the IIM Lando alumnus ex-police officer. There's another IIM alumnus in the race here, and that's the AIDMK senior director. An IIM alumnus was chosen by the late Jayalalitha to handle the party's IT cell. He's a first-time contestant and is one of the many fresh faces fielded by the party resource.
You are saying this in I'm saying we are people challenges because we are in the ground, we are with people, and day by day we can see people are giving overwhelming responses. From the time party was started, 1972, every election, AIDMK is the only party which will be opportunity against us. So it has been the track record.
Season 4 of Ganpati Rajkumar reveals to his AIDMK rival that the battle is between the two Dravidian parties. The DMK's candidate has been backed by the party's might in what is seen as a prestige battle. Ganpati shifted over from the AIDMK to DMK a few years ago.
We are not all right. They are strong in the social media. Otherwise, we are strong party-wise. And the very first game of the Tamil Nadu Minister reached the root level. Core issue is GST. The hero of this election is GST. Because of GST, once the Master of South India, that was was called, it slowly...
But it was not the prestige battle, and that's because BJP has put its president as the candidate. But it's perhaps the one seat that BJP showed supporters in the last elections. The challenge is before the BJP prestige battle to show that it's in pole position as one of the most important parties of Swaraj. This is here, you can mostly watch in this Lok Sabha 2024 polls. The rest of the final result, the final contest is focused on the high ground electoral battle. Stakes are also perhaps huge for the ex-IPS of the BJP is in charge. In one o'clock, for NDTV.
On our key constituency profile, Bengaluru South, the big question, the Congress BJP bastion. The BJP Tesvi Surya is contesting for here, very high-profile leader. He faces off against Somnath in LA, the daughter of a Congress minister.
When it comes to BJP bastion among Bengaluru's constituency, it is Bengaluru South, which has been dominated by the Lok Sabha since 1991. Well, the Congress minister Dr. Somnath came out a long one-handed to wrest the constituency from the BJP.
Somnath is the daughter of Karnataka Senior Minister Kamal whose party, the Congress, enjoys clout in 3 of 8 assembly seats in the Lok Sabha constituents. When the national election was an uphill battle for Congress, the party last won the seat over 3 decades ago, 1989. This constituency was formed in 1977. Since then, BJP has won 8 times and Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Anand Kumar won 6 consecutive terms in the constituency. The BJP State Surya took over in 2019.
I just want to say one thing. I am a true blue Kannadiya. I am a true blue Bangorian. Women, especially young people, in senior citizens, coming back and telling me that we have seen you as an MLA. We want you speaking in Parliament on behalf.
Somnath started in career as an activist and entered as the MLA of the Jayanagar seat in 2018. This is the first contest in the national election. Another famous Jayanagar Congress. Now remember that the Jayanagar constituency did seat Somnath as the MLA in 1980. However, in 2023, destiny did not favour her, even after she demanded recounting of votes. The matter may start this, but then this time Somnath is hoping there will be a turnaround in the wheel of fortune as far as Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. To win, Somnath would have to passage current BJP MP Decoding Surya, a lawyer by profession, who emerged not just as one of the biggest candidates, but also among the most controversial. The list of controversies include the recent pledged hate speech at Bengaluru's Nagara that comes to the cost register at a 5.
I have always tried to speak with conviction. Sometimes public sentences of people have spoken may have created concern, but always been feeling. That is the right thing to do at that time.
Decoding Surya believes that PM Modi's realities will help him win a second term, and Somnath believes connect with women will be the X factor.
Congress has done a lot of things with the state protocols. It has been freebies. Even my father is also a medicine. His experience will add to the people.
Bengaluru South is considered a powerhouse when it comes to Karnataka's political landscape. While one is very much the Modi match, the other is the state of father's brand. The Karnataka's foreign government in Bengaluru South.
In contest for Nagar, the Congress medical board is facing the actor Radhika and the DMK founder Vijay Kasan Bakkar, and it is Veer meets fall.
Actor and popular television Russian Radhika is BJP's face for the Lok Sabha seat. The husband Sharad Kumar is one of Tamil cinema's top stars and a former Rajya Sabha MP. Together, the aim is to wrestle out the Nagar seat. The man, incumbent Congress MP, who's a former DMK Congress alliance with other smaller parties. Anand Sharma are the star local political appeal for the BJP in the state, which has eternal bond in Gunjas in politics.
You will be best surprised. I started to a lot of stuff. We are political faith since we get modern politics in 1996. The same thing until now, and people definitely want change, and change is going to be BJP.
Grassroots political equation, the master of political else played a decisive role in the constituency of Birla. Two Dravidian parties, the best alliance have been masters at that grassroots management, and breaking through is a formidable challenge for the force. The Congress is fighting DMK power in Karnataka, and every mature alliance of parties who have consistently sided with the DMK are the demise of the IDMK Supreme Lord Jayalalitha. Manikam Tagore, the strength is that alliance that used the grassroots to get opposed. Even this in 2009, with a 50% vote share as a DMK ally, became fourth, with just 3% vote in 2014 when the Congress and DMK fought separately on their bust elections. The idea won the seat in that election, but in 2019, Tagore was back on pole at the ally with 42% vote. This history reiterates the importance of Congress DMK alliance, especially for the former.
After 4th of July, they'll all be shouted before, they will not have 40 MPs of the balance, whether in parliament, and we all stand with the balance.
The to him, according to Tagore, is the son, Vijay Brother, son of DMDK founder Ravi Tagore. His parts are a DMDK regional influence, and Vijay is banking a simple factor as his campaign is not keeping his father's legacy alive. The alliance with the AIA, DMK, the formidable one, and he's threatening to have a stint in the debate.
We have quite good vote back here, even Indian has quite vote here. So according to our tactics, I think we are stronger to compare those two. And we want the competition between Mr. Mani and myself, I think.
The battle of Vijayanagar is one for survival for the DMDK, one to hold on to seats, keep the numbers to remain a relevant opposition nationally for Congress, and one that could mean a march to new territory for the BJP. Also together, Equilibrium, as in a contest, as in Vijayanagar,
It's time for us to take the short break. To focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Bharati, Lal Krishna and Mark Testament. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power of India. A victory in New Delhi, meaning the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic pivot has seen it all. We find mandates, lines rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from the center of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 40 lakh voters, including high-profile electors and president, minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated entities. It was in the late 1970s when Janata Party was on the rise and Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the seat from the Congress, Somnath. His closest friend down in India's fourth Prime Minister A.K. Advani contested from New Delhi's Swaraj in 1989 during the peak of the Ram movement. From Marker in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding fourth BJP last day, it has been direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's army entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral defeats in the state and local polls, this party has beaten BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, in a battle between lawyers, the Congress and Bharati are in an alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is contested by the Party. From here is a man who fought for the Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a state away from Delhi's Nandiyanagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out to Party A, to defend his boss in prison, and who now party's better image than another courts.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took in 1915, this time the regions, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people of Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word when rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by the government. They did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajpal, whom honorable Prime Minister himself accused of 1,000 crore loot. He's in BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now we got second most people who were jailed and been jailed for money on Raja corruption. BJP is pure. So new washing machine in market. BJP, which is beautiful for people to see. कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम है, कौन काम
In a tactical move, the BJP has unseated 6 and 7 contentious sitting MPs from Delhi. Today's speech accused by the Swaraj the controversial MP of Delhi, the BJP's big Delhi leaders have all dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded the fresh phrase. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, both parents, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
Then a question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was the 33% reservation in favor of women in both the Lok Sabha and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. These are all constitutional and manifest, and they have been absolutely fulfilled in the elections. And therefore, I think the voter also, the perspective is a little broader. We're talking about well-led development of Lok Sabha. So, of course, my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed, how do you look at that? Do people here, you see, were disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all. Not at all. हमारी पार्टी में टिकट नहीं टिकट और हमारे यहाँ पद नहीं होता है.
Delhi has nearly 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them are 1,000 young students in one of the country's biggest coaching hubs in Delhi's Rajasthan. In the season, this nerve center of UPSC aspirants is bustling with politics.
अगर हम करंट बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट प्राइम कैंडिडेट रहती है लोकसभा इलेक्शन में यहाँ पे वोट मिलेगा लेकिन अगर आप बात करेंगे तो अपने कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और प्लस बाकी जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं रिगार्डिंग जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसी को ध्यान रखनी चाहिए जैसे कि स्टूडेंट वी आर फेसिंग एन अनएम्प्लॉयड
अगर कोई अपनी कोई बात रखना चाहता है, अगर कोई प्रोटेस्टर है या कोई और भी है, अगर वो अपनी बात रखता है तो उसे एज ए एंटी नेशनल घोषित कर दिया जाता है उसी टाइम. वो मेनली पार्लियामेंट में जो हो रहा है, पार्लियामेंट की प्रोसीडिंग अगर हम भी देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट की प्रोसीडिंग में अगर उसका वो देखे कि कितनी एफिशिएंसी है, वो एफिशिएंसी आ ही नहीं रही है.
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel the streets are not very clean. All these dogs here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From Delhi pollution, toxic landfills and sanitation mess, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left without a chief minister. Kerala Chief Minister Kejriwal ahead of the general elections as if the Aam Aadmi Party without a campaigner in its face.
Contest of the Capital Delhi seat is a prestige battle. Both the Aam Aadmi Party as well as BJP. Many political pundits say the BJP, which has unseated 6 of 7 sitting MPs here in Delhi,
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
the big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important Delhi constituency has seen followers. Advani and contestant is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power point of India. A victory in New Delhi means to be the seat of world's democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. With mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital of 7 constituencies, Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most defeated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise and Bharati wrested the important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant in India's former Deputy Prime Minister A.K. Advani protested from him soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Bakar in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding forth with BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Imam Ali entered the scene. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in state and local polls, his party has condemned BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress of the Aam Aadmi Party alliance in Delhi and being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. To the AAP is man fought the Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer and a sitting MLA from Delhi's Mandir, Somnath Bharati. The task is set out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and groom up his party's standard image in front of the polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be different selected. People of Delhi want accountability from the government. All these members of BJP in last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people were being snatched by the government, they didn't say a word. BJP had rights. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister accused of 30,000 crores looked. He's in BJP. So BJP was switching. So now he's pure. Sanjay who was jailed and again in jail for 1 year on charges of corruption. You are BJP. Now he's pure. You know, so they carry a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is purified people. People who see कौन करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
In a radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 fifth sitting MPs from Delhi. From 82 by Reshma and Ramesh Biduri to the controversial MP Gautam Gir, the BJP's big Delhi leaders have all been dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. The veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj, a political debutante. Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like with her parents, boasting of illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi King. Whether it was abolition of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram Temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both the Houses and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vandana Adhiniyam. These are all promises when enunciated.
From the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital, strategically for New Delhi constituency, has seen stalwarts like Bharati, Raj Advani and Ajay Bakar contest it. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the Parliament of India, a victory in New Delhi, to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
Thrones power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic God has seen it all. Define mandates, alliances rising to power, consolidating prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors, the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise and Bharati wrested the important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister A.K. Advani, contested from the soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Bakar in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding forth with the BJP in the last decade, it has been a contest with the BJP and Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in state and local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the AAP is a man fought the Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer and a sitting MLA from New Delhi's Mandir, Somnath Bharati. The task is set out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and groom up the party's standard image in the polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the way to this election. So people really want accountability from the government. All these members of parliament BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people are being snatched by the government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP. So BJP is a washing machine. So now he's got. Second was jailed and remaining in jail for 1 year for 1,000. He went BJP. Now he's got. You know, Swaraj, Pilsana, a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is people to see कौन कम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
A radical political move, the BJP has conceded 6 of its 7 credentials.
Left, right and centre this evening is also focused on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. It's critically important New Delhi constituency has some tall words. Lal Krishna Advani, Ajay contest is the only seat in Delhi. It houses the corridors of India. Victory in Delhi being the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust in the democracy. This iconic reward has seen a toll, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, prime ministers and the country club, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 10 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high political and the president, prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated elections. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Atal Bihari Vajpayee rescued an important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Prime Minister L.K. Advani, were tested from New Delhi's Somnath in 1989 during the peak of the Rana From Makar in the early 2000s, Meenakshi Lekhi voted for the BJP in the last decade. It has been a direct contest between the BJP and Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi did the same. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back victories in the state political polls, his party has built the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress is the Aam Aadmi Party and in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From Bihar is a man who fought an Andolan in the court, Supreme Court lawyer, and sitting MA from Delhi's Manyanagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party candidate to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party's tattered image with the Rana.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way election took place in 1914, this had reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP trust opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the way to So people of Delhi want accountability from the government. All these members of parliament BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say what when right of people were being snatched by the government. They did not say what they understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP to be a new sanction. So now he's pure. Second who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. He joined BJP. Now he's pure. So new was so new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is purified people, people do see कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार, कौन कामदार है.
A radical political move, BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 credentials MPs from Delhi. From hate speech accused by Desai today, with controversial MP Gautam, the BJP's big Delhi leaders for the fought. From New Delhi, BJP has fielded the fresh race. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political on, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both her parents, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi guarantee. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both ViಧಾនSabha and Parliament by passing of the Nagari Adhiniam. These are all promises given in an unseated manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are union elections, and therefore I think voter also the perspective is broader. We're talking about women-led development of its power. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most city BJP MPs were removed, how do you look at that? Do people here you see were substitution by an MP of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all. Not at all. हमारी पार्टी में दिक्कत नहीं है और हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं होते
These are 1.5 lakh plus voters, among them thousands of young students, one of the country's biggest sporting hubs in the Nagara. In election season, this nerve center OBC aspirant is bustling with politics.
हम रिवाइड करेंगे तो इसमें जो कंडीशन कैंडिडेट रहती है सिलेक्शन में वो होती है लेकिन अगर मेरे बात करें तो आप अपनी एक्सपीरियंस प्लस आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं रिगार्डिंग प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसको ध्यान रखकर वोट करना चाहिए जैसे कि एलिमेंट या अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
मतलब हर रो में पार्टी होती है जैसे कि पार्टी पार्टी राष्ट्र में लीडर हो गया राष्ट्र में लीडर हो गया मतलब स्टार्ट से लीडर नहीं बचेगा इलेक्शन में इलेक्शन में जैसे कोई बॉडी की वो गिरी है सोसाइटी का जो बन रही है इसके बेसिस पे पिछले कुछ सालों में एक बड़ा क्योंकि अगर कोई कोई बात करता है कोई प्रश्न है कोई है तो बात करते हैं एज एंड डिस्कस करते हैं तो मेनली पार्लियामेंट में पार्लियामेंट की हम भी देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट की कितनी एफिशिएंसी है कैसे आई है
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel the streets are not very clean. All these dogs here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very big. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From Delhi pollution to top landfills and sanitation mess, even as Delhi grapples with these norms and issue is left without a chief minister. These two leaders are engaged in head big general elections as left Aam Aadmi Party without its star campaigner in its face.
The contest of the new seat is a prestige battle, both for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many political pundits say that the BJP, which has unseated 6 of its 7 MPs here in Delhi, is not the Aam Aadmi Party was defeated the BJP both in state elections as well as municipal polls. But these national elections, can the big decision of Modi, national security and visual guru, trump global issues, sanitation and air pollution? That is a big question. In the campus, NDTV.
Are on the prestigious seat of Jorhat, the Conservative leader in Lok Sabha, Gogoi is contesting against the sitting BJP MP Topon Gogoi. It's a prestige battle for both of them, but Gogoi faces the challenge of beginning his winning streak from Delhi, where the BJP has a strong presence, presents itself as the face of the Congress in national politics.
The battle between two Gogois in Jorhat, Gaurav and Topon. One Congress bastion, now the BJP stronghold is 50-50. The constituency is a prestige battle for both sides. The battle is also key contest. 41 years old Gogoi starts safely reaching out to voters of Jorhat. God has ancestral roots in Jorhat. His father, Dr. Gogoi, Prime Minister, had represented Jorhat Lok Sabha twice in the 70s. Before leader of the state politics, who says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I've worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat. With the response that we're seeing from all sections of society and the way the BJP also responded, it seems as if even the BJP were not prepared for me to protest from the seat. And this campaign is not about individuals. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about the people. I'm fighting for the right of tea garden workers who don't get a sufficient living wage and they're fighting for the idea of democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, they oppose the citizenship amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Gogoi is trying to reach out to the and to the villages and the gardens, holding more than a dozen meetings every day.
In Assam and a former Assam minister. Topon faces a challenge of another kind. He is campaigning in a wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but Topon is sure he will overcome this temporary handicap.
19 अप्रैल आने दीजिए 19 अप्रैल तो चुनाव होगा सब लोगों ने बीजेपी को वोट देगा और 4 जून आने दीजिए तो उस दिन हम आएंगे हम जो बोला है अभी जो बोला है वो सही होगा डेली हम 10 आवर्स मीटिंग का मीटिंग कर रहे हैं कोई मीटिंग है कोई पोल नहीं है तो हम चाहिए 100%.
BJP Minister Himant Biswa Sharma has thrown his weight behind Topon. Several of his top ministers and the party leadership have been stationed there. The question is, will BJP Jorhat?
We are looking for a bright future.
Have been stationed there. The question is, will BJP Jorhat?
We are looking for a bright future. So we will go with the road, who give us facilities and provide us with all the sources for development. Like there is government, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahom community and the workers make up the majority of the voters in Jorhat. Both Congress and Gogoi and BJP's Gogoi are from the Ahom community. Seem to taken Gaurav busy. Chris Gogoi is what wants to see. We know the youth. As a MP, Topon is on home turf, while Gogoi has a family legacy to bank. Topon is back to the mic of the BJP Jagannathan Assam under Himant Biswa Sharma. Who dubbed Jorhat a clash of the packers, made extradition, but promises to be a for contest. Topon Sanjay Chakravarti in Jorhat, NDTV.
Plan for the seat of Bharati the local elections that now has been won by the BJP for decades. In the coming elections, there was a contest between Rajpati and Swaraj party of Bharati, but Karnish has this report.
In the heart of Lucknow, capital Pradesh, in India's most populous state with a massive 18 Lok Sabha seats. Lok Sabha, one of the last Lok Sabha, a traditional but dying art form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow, says he fought the foxes and takes each onward, Bharati jungles like a home, and at the home of other prominent Lucknow politicians.
ये कटपुतली पहले जमाने में चलती थी, नवाबों के जमाने में नवाबों की है, पूरी दुनिया में मिलेगी नवाबों का। While Lok might not have details now, but he fondly remembers his performance at late Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birth anniversary. Swaraj, who became the first BJP MP from Lucknow in 1991 and won 5 consecutive times.
The people of the Round Table movement in the 80s and early 90s were excited with electoral gains for BJP in many parts of the country. The BJP won Lucknow for the first time in the 1995 by-election, with Atal Bihari Vajpayee being chosen as the MP. The city was formed by Minister Vajpayee as the MP for 5 terms, and BJP has won lost Lucknow in the first exam.
From 1991, the BJP has been winning the Lucknow seat every single time. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Bharati, and now the BJP has fielded the sitting member of parliament, Rajnath Singh, defense minister.
After seeing by the 2040 election with a margin of 2,72,000 votes. In 2019, Bharati rose to 3 lakh votes.
इस बार 5 लाख से ज्यादा वोटों से मुझे लगता है अभी तक गठबंधन का प्रत्याशी नहीं तय हुआ है, तो 50 सालों तक लगे गारंटी ना सपाइयों का और नहीं आम जनमानस में।
Despite being formidable forces in the state, the Samajwadi Party and BJP are never able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SP and SP were alliance. Then still, Rajnath Singh
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
the big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Bihari Vajpayee, Rajnath Singh and Ajay contestment is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power point of India. A victory in New Delhi means a key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. Defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running country here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 4 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one India's most educated patriots. Most in the late 1970s, when the Janata Party on the rise, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from the Congress, soon after the emergency. This is close confidant India's former Deputy Prime Minister A.K. Bharati contested for New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram movement. From Ajay Mark in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhni, who fought for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Bharati entered the fray. Despite giving out back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local posts, party is yet to the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the arc is a man who fought the unknown in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from New Delhi's Malvian Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for party heavyweight to defend the boss in prison and boom up party's national image in the run-up to the polls.
This time the election had been clear altogether. The way election took place in 19 and 14, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way they trust opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people of Delhi want accountability to central government. All these members of parliament to BJP in the last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom the Prime Minister, who accused of 70,000 salute, he is in BJP. So BJP has a new position. So now he is second Bhujbal, who was jailed and remained in jail for on charge of corruption. He joined BJP. Now he is pure. A number of people. So new washing machine is BJP, which is purify people. People do see कौन आता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार.
The radical move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contenders sitting against Delhi. From hate speech accused Harish Verma and Ramesh Bidni to the controversial MP what would be, the BJP's big Delhi leaders have all been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political typical debutante, Bansuri is a lawyer like both her parents, boasting an industrious secret career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi and Gandhi. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram Temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both Vidhan and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam. These are all promises which were enunciated in our manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are union elections, and therefore I think the voter also the spectre was broader. We're talking about women-led development of Viksit Bharat. So of course my vision resonated with his.
The fact that most of the city BJP MPs were removed, how do you get that? Do people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all, not at all. हमारी पार्टी के टिकट नहीं मिलते हैं और हमारे पद नहीं दिलाए होते हैं.
Delhi has 1.5 lakh aspiring voters, among them thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest coaching hubs in Lehi. In election season, this nerve center of PSC aspirants is bustling with politics.
अगर हम बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोक सभा इलेक्शन उन्हीं के नाम पे वोटिंग होती है लेकिन अगर आपने भी बात करें तो आपने सिचुएशन जो आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इसको ध्यान रखकर करनी चाहिए अब जैसे कि स्टूडेंट व्यक्तिगत एम्प्लॉयमेंट
हर रोज में पार्टी होती है जैसे कितनी पार्टी पार्टी में लीड हो गया लीड हो गया मतलब स्पेशल कैंडिडेट को नहीं मिलती एक इलेक्शन में आजकल जैसे कोई वो प्रीति है तो स्टेट का बन रही है जिसके बेसिस पे कास्ट बेसिस पे पिछले कुछ सालों में एक बड़ा अभी क्योंकि अगर आप आज के टाइम में अपनी कोई अपना कोई है कोई और तो बात करते हैं तो एंड उसके जाता है उस सीट तो मिली पार्लियामेंट हो रहा है हम जीते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट में अगर उसका कितनी एफिशिएंसी है चाहिए
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. Maybe the streets are not very clean. All these bars here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very high.
From daily pollution to landfills and sanitation tests, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left without a chief minister. The arrest of Chief Minister Kejriwal ahead of the big general election has left the Aam Aadmi Party without its star campaigner and big case.
The contest for the coveted New Delhi seat is a prestige battle for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Political pundits say the BJP, which has unseated 6 of its sensitive places in Delhi, is nervous of the Aam Aadmi Party, which has defeated the both in state elections as well as polls. But these are national elections. Can the big message of ban Modi, national security, actual guru, shrunk locations with sanitation and air pollution? That is the question. In Delhi, Cabinet Secretary
On to all eyes on the prestigious seat of Jordan, the Congress deputy leader in the Lok Sabha, against the city BJP MP Lok Sabha. It's a prestigious battle for both of them. Lok Sabha is the challenge of maintaining his winning streak from UC, where the BJP has a strong presence to present itself as the face of Congress in national politics.
The stack Lok Sabha is in Jorhat, Gaurav and Tapan. Once Congress basket, now a weak stronghold since 2014. The contest sees a prestige battle for both sides. The other factor is also key to the contest. Party leader Lok Sabha starts his early, reaching out borders of Jorhat. Gaurav has roots in Jorhat, and his father, Peter Modi, self-free minister, had presented Bharati Lok Sabha twice yesterday. For he returned to the state politics. Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is not his family legacy.
I've not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat, with the response we're seeing from all sections of society. And the way the BJP has responded, it seems that even the BJP were not prepared for me to contest on the seat. And this campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about people. I'm fighting for the right of tea garden workers who don't get a sufficient living wage. And we're fighting for our democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, have opposed the citizenship amendment, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Go is trying out to the farming areas and to the villages and gardens, holding more than another meeting a day, trying to meet the voters. Challenge for him is that not only this is an inconsistency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left the Congress and switched over to the BJP.
Cut the campaign on the other side, BJP has led the city of Gogoi, almost legal stand former Assam minister. The police and challenge of another time. He's campaigning in chair after he fractured his leg. The police sure he overcome the temporary handicap.
19 प्लान लीजिए 19 बिल सुना होगा तब लोगों ने बीजेपी वोट देगा और जो ना लीजिए तो उसको उसे हम करेंगे हम जो है जो है सही हो ये हम 10-12 टेबल्स मीटिंग सुना कम मीटिंग कर रहा हूं कोई भी मीटिंग है इलेक्टिव कोई नहीं हम जीतेंगे
BJP Minister Vishwa Sharma has thrown the weight behind top on. Several of his officers and party leadership have been shared. The question is, will BJP change Jorhat?
We are looking for a right future. So we will with the government who gave us these facilities and who provided us with all the sources for our development. Like during this government route, we got this employment opportunities.
Among community and tea workers make up the majority of the Jorhat. Both Congress Bharati and TV's Tapan Gogoi are from the community. Seeing the youth icon, Gaurav is busy crisscrossing his constituency to win of you. As the city MP, Tapan is on voter, while Gaurav Gogoi is a family legacy man. But he was back, but BJP Jagannathan Assam under Himalayan Pressure. To Dr. Ha, clash of the titles made an acceleration from Stuti, Akili for contest. We cannot present Chorati in Jorhat with Akili TV.
The battle of the city of Jorhat will play out in those elections. Now is won by BJP for a decade. In the upcoming elections, it will be the contest between Rajnath Singh and the Swaraj party Ravi the competition has this report.
In heart of Lucknow, capital of the Pradesh, India was over the state with a massive 80% of the seats. Hotseats was the last Gulab Sindh of cheers, the traditional but dying art form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow. Since for temple performances at BJP stalwart, Bharati Kaman's Lucknow home, and at homes of other prominent Lucknow-based politicians.
While Hotseats Gulab Sindh might not have many takers now, he fondly remembers his performance at the utterly undeniable his birth anniversary. The stalwart who became the first BJP MP from Lucknow in 1991 and won it 5 consecutive times.
The people of the Ram Temple movement delegates and the early 90s were excited to elect again for BJP in many parts of the country. The BJP won Lucknow for the first time in the 1990 Hotseats election, without having much weight being voted as BJP. The city was former Prime Minister Bharati as the MP for 5 straight terms, and the BJP has not lost Lucknow in over 3 decades now.
From 1991, the BJP has been winning the Lucknow seat every single time. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Raj Bandhan, and now BJP has fielded the sitting member of Parliament, Rajnath Singh, the defence minister.
Rajnath Singh won the 40th election with a margin of 2,72,000 votes. 2019, that is most of black votes.
दादाजी का इशारा तो मैं और 5 लाख से ज्यादा वोटों से लखनऊ से चुनाव जीत मुझे लगता है कि अभी तक का प्रत्याशी नहीं तय हुआ है तो रास्ता रोता अंत तक लगे इसकी आगे भाइयों को नहीं आम जनमानस में
Despite being formidable forces in the state, the Samajwadi Party, BSP, have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SP and BSP were in alliance, and still Rajnath Singh managed to beat the alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, while BSP has decided to contest solo, the SP and the Congress are in alliance, and it's just Mehta of the Samajwadi Party who is fighting against Prime Minister Rajnath Singh.
The main candidate to Rajnath Singh's election is this man, Samajwadi Party from the constituency Kavidas Mehta, a political veteran from the city who first played MLA in 1989 and former minister of the Akhilesh Yadav government.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के शासन है, उनको लखनऊ की जनता से, उनके कर से कोई मतलब नहीं। हम लोग लगातार जनता के बीच रहते हैं, चुनाव के दौरान बीच से मिलने का काम कर रहे हैं।
With over 24 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. There are around 70% Hindus and more than 20% living in Lucknow. But most of these people come to the iconic Shama stall for the daily Chinese food.
और कोई टक्कर है भी नहीं इस टाइम कोई एक अपडेट होता है बाहर निकले वो है सिस्टम बीजेपी कोई है ना इंडिया बनने चाहिए बहुत से ऐसा क्यों सर महंगाई बेरोजगारी सारे व्यवसाय सरकार इसको सरकार द्वारा
With the increase in modernity
city. But artisans like Haider Ali, who has been working for 2 decades, say it's fading away despite government claims of support.
In politics, there is a very old saying that the road to Delhi passes via Lucknow. In this crucial election of alliances, there is a special attention on those who are going solo. The BSP has put their candidate in Lucknow as well, Sarwar Malik. Now, with BSP entering the poll, who will it actually benefit? The NDA bloc or the IDA bloc, or the BSP take Lucknow? The people will reveal the choices on 4th of June. With camera person Kumar Saini, Tanish Punjabi for NDTV.
The contest equally watches the DK and the AIDMK are engaged in a three-way battle with the BJP State President Annamalai. NDTV rather speaks to all three candidates and the people going to talk for the special report.
Is BJP President Annamalai the one who will finally get the party to reach the electoral politics? Is focused on just a height. That's the fundamental question in 2024. Annamalai definitely brings a curiosity to the party and the party's standing, personality, flavor, and open engagement. But is that a reach not in focus? Is clear to the parties, the AIDMK and DK, are the whole aircraft. That's the big question. Does he have enough in a three-way fight? Even in a place like Coimbatore. Here's one thought. It's backed by Vice President Somnath Bush, the party frustrated, but it's still a formal challenge. The breaking of the BJP-AIDMK alliance has made this two-way fight. Is Annamalai nervous? Has he been hurt too much? Are you worried that there's too much expectation on you?
Expectation is always good, sir. Expectation is always good, and for Tamil Nadu, BJP always believe it is now or never. This is the time for the party to grow. You miss this opportunity. You might not be sure when you get the opportunity again, because this is a list breaker. And they put the top. And this is a stable government, and this is in the state. The BJP is not placing on this opportunity. The opportunity is going to be placed.
What is it that you would expect at on the 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect, both in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
Would share, I'm being very for the last 9 months, it's very fixed. Sorry, people might not believe now, but we are reading the well. The vote is very, very possible. We should touch 83%. It's a very number, but we will do that.
While much has been spoken about Annamalai, the IIM Lucknow alumnus, ex-police officer, there's another IIM alumnus in the base here, and that's the AIDMK senior alumnus. And I'm alumnus, he was chosen by the Great to handle the party's IT cell. First time contestant as one of the main faces fielded by the party.
You are saying isn't for attention. I'm saying we are the center of attention. First, we are in the ground. We are the people. And day by day, we can see people are giving overwhelming response to us. From the time the party was started, from 1972, every election, AIDMK is the only party which will be possible to win. That's so it has been.
The scene former mayor of Hotseats, Kumar agrees with the AIDMK rival. The battle is between two government parties. He's the DMK's candidate and has been backed by the party's might in what is seen as a battle. They shifted over from the AIDMK to DMK a few years ago.
We are not right. They are very strong in the social media, but otherwise, we are very strong party structure-wide. And the famous teams of the chief minister restricts the root level. One issue is GST. He also elects GST. Because of GST, once the matches so superior, that was Coimbatore was called, it's slowly...
Coimbatore is having a prestige battle, and that's because the BJP has put its state president as the candidate. Well, it's perhaps to see that the BJP has shown some voters in the last two elections. And the challenge before the DMK prestige battle to show that it's in pole position as far as Coimbatore and West Tamil Nadu is concerned. The results here, the most to be watched, this Tamil Nadu looks much straight forward. In respect of the final result, Coimbatore contest is in focus. And in the high grounds, the stakes are also perhaps huge for the IPS officer leading the BJP's going to be charged. In Coimbatore, for NDTV.
On our key constituency for 5 Nehru South, big question in the Congress head, the BJP bastion. The BJP MP Tejas Surya is contesting from a very high-profile leader. He faces off against Somnath, the daughter of a Congress minister.
1991. Well, Lok Sabha Cabinet Minister Dr. Somnath came out as a lone woman candidate to this constituency from the BJP.
Somnath Reddy is the daughter of Karnataka's Senior Minister Ramalinga Reddy, whose party Congress enjoys clout in 3 of 8 assembly segments in the Lok Sabha constituency. In the national election, it's an uphill battle for Congress. The party last won the seat over 3 decades ago in 1989. This constituency was formed in 1977. Since then, BJP has won 8 times and Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Kumar won 6 consecutive terms in this constituency. BJP status is Surya took over in 2019.
I just want to say one thing. I am a true Kannadiga. I am a true Bangalian. Women, especially young people, even senior citizens, coming and blessing, telling me that we see you as an MLA. We really want you speaking in on our behalf.
Somnath began her career as an activist and entered politics as MLA of the Janaga seat in 2018. This is her first contest in the national election. Under the famous Janaga, one must remember that the Janaga constituency did see Somnath Reddy as the LA in 2018. However, in 2023, destiny did not favor her, even after she demanded recounting of votes. The matter may be subject to this, but then this time, Somnath Reddy is hoping that there will be a turnaround in the wheel fortune as far as the Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. To win, Somnath will have to upstage current BJP MP Surya, lawyer profession, who emerged not just as one of the younger candidates, but also among its most controversial. The list of controversies include East alleged hate speech at Bengaluru's Nagar that prompted Prime Minister FIR.
I have always to speak with conviction. Sometimes a few sentences, a few words that I have spoken. I have made it a serve. I have believe that it is the right thing to time.
Tejas believes that PM Modi's families will help him win a senator, while Somnath believes that connect with women will be the X factor.
And there's a lot of good things, security also. There's people freebies. Your father is also an Amritsar. These experience will add to the people.
Modi connector.
क्या है तेरी सूर्या के ऊपर?
अटक में नहीं वो क्या करना है उसने पता नहीं
Free, which is considered a house when it comes to the Karnataka's political landscape. While one is riding on the Modi magic together, is resting on her mother's right. The camera person can't go to Bengaluru South by any means.
In the contest for the Congress government, met control is facing the actor, another candidate, DMK founder, Vijay from Bharati, NDTV Raghav, next level.
After name and television production, Radhika is the BJP face for the Lok Sabha seat. Hamshad Kumar is one of Tamil cinema's top stars and a former Rajya Sabha MP. Their aim is to wrestle out for the seat. This time, the incumbent Congress MP will come to who's backed by the formidable DMK Congress alliance with other smaller parties. Radhika and Hamshad Kumar are the star local political for BJP in a state which has had an internal bond between both us and politics.
We will be very surprised. It's going to throw up a lot of surprises. When I entered the fray, in the sense, we got involved in politics in 1996. So the same reaction between now and people that have taken a change is really going to be.
Grassroots political claims and cluster political areas play a decisive role in our constituency like another. Two Bangladeshi parties with alliances have been masters at that grassroots battle, breaking through the formidable challenge for a force. The Congress is riding on DMK power in Tamil Nadu, carefully in the lines of parties have consistently sided with the DMK after the demise of the IDA and the Jayalalitha. Manik Bhatt's biggest strength is that alliance that moves with the grassroots battle to get past the post. He won the seat in 2009, 50% would share as a DMK ally, but came out just 3% vote in 2014 when the Congress and DMK fought separately in their elections. The IDMK won the seat in the election, but in 2019, Tagore was back on poll as a DMK ally with a 3% vote. This history just reiterates the importance of Congress DMK alliance, especially for the former.
After 4th of June, they'll all be there to because we will have the party of the alliance together in the parliament and we will stand together as the alliance.
The bigger threat to him, according to Tagore, is this man, Vijay Raghav, son of DMDK founder and late actor Jayakant. These parts are DMDK regional influence, and the guy is banking on a civil factor. His campaigns are banking his father's legacy live. The alliance with the AIDMK is a formidable one, and he's threatening to have a sing in tail.
We have a quite good vote bank here, and maybe that's good quite vote bank here. So our attack is, I think, we are somewhat compared those two. And to be honest, the competition between Mr. Manikam Thakur and myself, I think.
The battle for the Nagar is one for survival of the DMK, one to hold 2 seats, and keep the numbers to remain a relevant opposition nationally for the Congress, and one that could mean a march into new territory for BJP. All three together make Vidya Nagar as interesting a contest as in Indra Nagar for BJP.
It's time for us to take a short break. Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Krishna Advani and Adibaba contestment. It's the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power of India of New Delhi, meeting to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
Throne of power, the core of our topic, the thrust of Indian democracy. The iconic bodyguard has been defining mandates, alliances rising power, governments falling, and prime ministers running country from here, the centre, New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters. It holds 5 electors, like President, Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form leaders, most educated electorates. Born in the late 1970s, when the Janata Party was on the rise, the Bharati Party rescued the only seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. This closest to Jan in AS from Deputy Prime Minister Advani, protested from very soon after, in 1985, when peak of the drama they moved from Ajay Martin in the 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi in the 4th of the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the Congress until Delhi's army entered the scene. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local polls, his party is yet to dent BJP prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress Yamaha party is ready, and it is being contested by the Bharati party. From the arc, this man who fought the Anandolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and sitting MLA from Delhi's Nagar, Somnath Bharati. Task is cut out for the party candidate to defend his boss in prison, and now his party standard inch in the polls.
This time the election has been done altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic private federation, all will be addressed in this election. People Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people were being snatched by the government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister, who was accused of 70,000 crores loot, is in JP. So BJP has a Muslim to nice pure. Second Mujibur, who was jailed and remained jailed for 1 year on charge of corruption, joined BJP. He's for, Subhendra Adhikari, and more people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is beautiful people. People do see कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम है, कौन काम है.
In a rapid political move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contestants in MPs from Delhi. From its speech reduced Paresh Sharma and Ramesh Puri to the controversial MP Bharati, BJP's big leaders have already dropped. Today, BJP has fielded a fresh face. Be it Swaraj's daughter, 41 Bansuri Swaraj, a little dead-bound. Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, like both her parents, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in legality. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of Ram Temple and Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both the Houses and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Bandhan Kingdom. These are all promises which were enunciated in a manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are union elections, and therefore I think the voter also, the perspective is brought up. We're talking about level. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed, how do you look at that? Do people here you see were decision by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all. Not at all. हमारी पार्टी में टिकट मिलते हैं और हमारे यहाँ पर ही दायित्व होते हैं.
Delhi has nearly 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them are thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest voting hubs in the Delhi's Rajat Nagar. In election season, this nerve center of the BSc aspirants is buzzing with politics.
अगर हम बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोकसभा इलेक्शन की नाम पे वोटिंग होती है, लेकिन अगर आप मेरी बात करें तो आपने कंस्टिट्यूएंसी प्लस जो आपके भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं रिगार्डिंग जो प्रॉब्लम्स उसको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. अब जैसे कि स्टूडेंट वी आर फेसिंग एनवायरनमेंट
वो प्रो पार्टी बोल रहे हैं, ये बड़ी पार्टी जैसे राजस्थान में लीड हो गया, राजस्थान में लीड हो गया, पर काश्मीर में कुछ नहीं हुआ. इनसे मेरे मुलाकात से बड़ी मुख्य की सोसाइटी का जो साइड बन है बेसिस पे कास्ट के बेसिस ये पिछले कुछ समय एक ब्रैकेट में बढ़ा अभी, क्योंकि आज देखो आज टाइम में अगर कोई अपनी बात कर कोई और भी है तो बात करते एज एंटी कोशिश कर दिया. मेनली पार्लियामेंट में 2 की पोजीशन अगर हम भी हैं तो पार्लियामेंट की पोजीशन में सोच एफिशिएंसी है.
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel it's not all these talks here. It's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From air pollution, toxic landfills, and sanitation mess, even as they grapple with these long-standing issues, it is left out a chief minister. The election chief minister ahead of the general elections has therefore come out without its star campaigner and its face.
The contest of the New Delhi seat is a prestige battle. Both the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many political pundits say BJP, which has unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs in Delhi, is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party, which has defeated the BJP both in elections as well as municipal polls. But these are national elections. Can bring message of Brand Modi, national security, and Vishwaguru, some local elections, that sanitation, air pollution, that is a big question. Many of the Palan Patra, they are
On to Sam, on the prestigious seat of Jorhat, the leader in Lok Sabha, Bharati is contesting against the BJP MP Tapan Gogoi. It's a pretty battle, both of them. Bharati faces the challenge of maintaining his membership from a new seat where the BJP has a strong presence to present himself as
Each battle for both sides. The Ahum factor is also key to the contest. 41 years old Gaurav Gogoi starts his day early, reaching out to voters of Jorhat. Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, late Tarun Gogoi, Assam's three-time chief minister, had represented Lok Sabha twice in the 70s. Before to the state politics, Gaurav says fight for Jorhat is beyond family legacy.
I've not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat. With the response that we are seeing from all sections of society, and the way the BJP have also responded, it seems that even the BJP were not prepared for me to contest from this. This campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about people. I'm fighting for the right of Uganda workers who don't get a sufficient living wage, and we're fighting for idea of democracy because people in Assam, especially Jorhat, they oppose the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Who is trying to reach out to the farm areas and to the villages with guns, holding more than a dozen meetings every day, trying to meet the voters. The challenge for him is that not only this is a new Congress, but several Congress leaders from this area left the Congress and switched over to the BJP.
Back to the campaign on the other side, he has fielded the city MP from Gogoi, a former leader and former minister. Double faces a challenge of time. His campaign in a wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but not sure he will overcome this temporary handicap.
सब लोगों ने जब खोलेगा और वोट चुना दीजिए तो उसको हम करेंगे हम जो बोला है उसे ही होगा डेली हम 10-12 ऐसे मीटिंग चुनाव में हम कर रहे हैं अभी मेरा मीटिंग है जब बोलनी है तो हम जीतेंगे 100%.
BJP Chief Minister Manpreet Sharma had only several of his officers and party state leadership have been stationed there. The question is, will BJP in Jorhat?
We are looking forward to a right shift. So we go with the government who gave us these facilities and who provided us with all sources for our development. Like during this government, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahum community and the people workers make up the majority of voters in Jorhat. Both Congress Gaurav Gogoi and DP Tapan Gogoi are from the Ahum community, seen as a youth icon. Gaurav is crisscrossing his constituency to win over youth. As a state MP, public honor. While Gogoi is a family legacy to bank. Tapan is also backed by the mark of the BJP and Manpreet Sharma. Jorhat made an acceleration, but promises to be a key for contest. We care about society in Jorhat from 2023.
The Bharati results will be out in the Lok Sabha elections. Now has been by BJP for 3 days. In the forthcoming elections, it will witness a contest between Singh and the Somnath party's Avidas Mehrotra. My colleague Kanish has this report.
In Lucknow, capital of the Pradesh, the most popular state for the last 80 seats. Shah, one of the last Gulab Nabi publishers, a traditional but dying art form that tells the story of the vibrant old Lucknow. Says his fondly remembered performances at great East Convert, Lal Janan's Lucknow home, and the home of other prominent Lucknow-based politicians.
पहले जमाने में जबकि नवाबों के जमाने में नवाबों की चीज़ है ये दुनिया में नहीं मिलेगी नवाबों की तरह. Babus might not have many because now, but he fondly remembers his performance at Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birth anniversary. Convert, who became the first BJP from now in 1991 and won 5 consecutive times.
The people movement in the late 80s and the 90s coincided with electoral gains for BJP in many parts of the country. The BJP won a house for the first time in 1991 Lok Sabha election. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was an STMP. The city chose former Prime Minister Vajpayee as MP for 5 straight terms. The BJP has not lost Lucknow in 3 decades now. From 1991, BJP has been winning the Lucknow seat every single time. The Vajpayee, Raj Tandon, and now the BJP has fielded the same member of parliament, Rajnath Singh, the defense minister. After seeing the 2014 election with the margin of 2,72,000 votes, in 2019 the margin rose to over 3 lakh votes.
इस बार वो 5 लाख वोटों से लखनऊ चौंकी. मुझे तो लगता है कि अभी तक गठबंधन का प्रत्याशी नहीं तय हुआ है. तो राजनाथ तक लड़ाई की गारंटी सफाइयों का नहीं आनमानस में है. Despite being formidable forces in state, the Samajwadi Party and BSP have never been able to win the Lucknow seat. In 2019, the SC and BSP were in alliance. Then still, Rajnath Singh managed to defeat the alliance by over 3.5 lakh votes. This time, as the BSP has decided to contest solo, the SC and the Congress are in alliance, and it is Avidas Mehrotra of the Samajwadi Party who is fighting against Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The candidate to Rajnath Singh is elected in Simran. Samajwadi Party MLA from the Central seat Avidas Mehrotra. Public elections for the city who first became MLA in 1989 and a former minister under the Akhilesh Yadav government.
जो भारतीय पार्टी शासन है उनको लखनऊ की जनता से उनके कष्ट से कोई मतलब नहीं. हम लोग लगातार जनता की बीच रहते हैं. चुनाव के दौरान भी जनता से मिलने का काम कर रहे हैं. With over 4 lakh people, the urban population in Lucknow is around 65%. There are around 20% Hindus and more than 20% Muslims living in Lucknow. But most of these people come to this iconic Somnath tea stall for the daily chai and samosa. क्यों वो कटर में है नहीं इस टाइम. जैसे कोई स्ट्रांग पॉइंट चाहिए होता है कोराने के. इस टाइम वो है नहीं. इस टाइम ये कोई है. इंडिया गठबंधन इस बार अच्छी बहुत है. ऐसा क्यों है? भाई बगारी हाल में साल मोदी सरकार. With the increase in mobility, Lucknow perhaps still carries the elegance of Vera. Not food architecture, but also artwork. But what do artisans of Lucknow that give Lucknow its identity think about the upcoming elections?
Lucknow's political rally has been for long term as a means livelihood to many in the city. But that's not like Delhi, that's working for decades, fading away despite government claims of support. The politics is very old that the road to Delhi passes via Lucknow. In this crucial election of alliances, there is a special attention on those who are going solo. The BSP has put a candidate in Lucknow as well, Sarwar Malik. Now, the BSP entering court battle, who will it actually benefit? ND block or the India block, or can BSP take the Lucknow seat? The people reveal the choices of 4th of June. With Carlos Vedan saying, Punjabi for NDT.
The contest is going to tour leading watch of DMK and AIDMK are engaged in a three-way battle. The BJP state has been combined. NDTV speaks all three candidates and people of Coimbatore for this special report.
Is Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Namalan will finally get the party to reach within electoral politics, or is focus on just a hype? That's Coimbatore in 2024. Annamalai definitely brings superiority to Bharatiya Janata Party's family, personality, flavor, and local character. But is that enough to reach the electoral voters, especially in today's Japan, the AIDMK, are fighting hard to hold their ground? That's the big question. See, they are in a 3-5 in a place like Coimbatore. Here's one power. He's backed by the Prime Minister's Somnath Bush and the party infrastructure, but it's still a form of challenge. The breaking BJP IDM alliance is a three-way fight. He's now nervous. Has he been hyped too? Are you worried that there's too much expectation on you?
Expectation is always good. Expectation is always good, and I'm not JP always believe it is not. However, this is the right of the party to grow. You miss this opportunity, you might be sure you will opportunity again next because it's a healing and there's going to be a sustainable government and there's a spirit. The JP is not focusing on this opportunity. What opportunity is going to be in it?
What is it that you would expect on the 4th of June? What kind of numbers do you expect in terms of seat share as well as in terms of seats?
Vote share, I'm being very popular many months, you 25%. Because sorry, it might not be now, but we are in the round. The vote is very popular. We should actually 50%. This is a very big number. I agree, but we'll get it.
One man spoke about Arnam Maladi, IIM Lucknow alumnus, ex-police officer. There's another IIM alumnus in the race here, and that's the AIDK Singai Ramachandran. An IIM Ahmedabad alumnus, he was chosen by the dictator Lalita to handle the party's ED cell. It's the first time tested as many fresh faces seated by the party in these polls.
You are saying the center of me, I'm saying we are the center of attention because we are ground, we are with people, and day by day, you can see people are giving overwhelming response to us. From the time party was started, 1972, every election, if you ADM is the only party which will give opportunity to us. That's how it has been the track record.
The senior former mayor of Kolkata, Bharati agrees with the AIDMK rival. The battle is between two European parties. He's the DMK candidate and has been backed by the party's might in what is seen as a prestige bill. Kanapati took over from the AIDMK to the DMK a few years ago.
We are not they are very social media, but we are strong party structure rules, and let's give the Bharati as a root level. Who shows GST? The hero of this election is GST because of GST. What's Manchester of South Korea? That's what it was called. It's so critical.
Well, is suddenly a prestige battle, and that's because the JP able to stay president here as the candidate. Now let's perhaps one seat and the BJP has shown some voters in the last elections. The challenge before the BJP prestige battle to show the more position. Cyber to respond to the large observers. The results here will be the most watched in this Lok Sabha 24 polls. Irrespective of final result, the coin contest is a focus in the hype around this electoral battle. Stakes are also perhaps huge. The ex-IT officer leading BJP will have been charged. Coin for NDTV.
One or two people constituency by Bengaluru South. The big question: can the Congress get the BJP bastion? The BJP Tejas Surya is destined for a very high-profile leader. He is of LA, the daughter of a Congress leader.
BJP among Bengaluru Lok Sabha constituency. It is Bengaluru South. Dominated by the Congress members since 1991. When Congress Minister Dr. Sonia Reddy came on the own candidate to rest this constituency, BJP.
Sonia Reddy is the daughter of Karnataka senior minister Bharati. His party, the Congress, enjoys about 3 of 8 assembly segments in the Lok Sabha constituency. From the national election, it is another battle for the Congress. The party last won the seat over 8 decades ago in 1889. This constituency was formed in 1977. Since then, the BJP has won 8 times and the Congress won just once. Senior BJP leader Anand Kumar won 6 consecutive terms in the constituency. The BJP Tejas Surya took over in 2019.
I just want to say one thing. I am a blue Bangalore. Women, especially young people, in senior citizens, coming and blessing, telling that they've seen you as an MLA. Really want you speaking on behalf.
Sonia Reddy South February as an active senator takes as the MLA of the Jainab seat in 2018. This is the first contest in the national election. Another famous Jainab complex. Once remember that the Jainab constituency did see Sonia Reddy as the MLA in 2018. However, in 2023, destiny did not give her, even after she demanded recounting of votes. Imagine assumptions, but then this time Sonia Reddy hoping there would be a turnaround to beat fortune as far as the Lok Sabha constituency is concerned. Sonia will have to stage current MD Tejas Surya, a lawyer by profession, who emerged not just as one of the youngest candidates, but also among the most controversial. The list of controversies include recent alleged hate speech at Bengaluru's Nagar prompted cops to arrest an FI.
I always try to deal with connection. Sometimes a few sentences, a few words, may have been but I always believe there is likely to attack.
Tejas Surya believes that PM of these guarantees will help him win second round, while Sonia believes her connect with women will be the X factor.
Congress has developed this, with the state of yours. As even freebies, even our father is also a minister. These experience will add to the people.
अच्छा हो अच्छा नहीं नहीं वो कैसा करना उसे बता दिया
The contest for the Congress in government, many of the goals facing the actor, Radhika and the DMK founder Vijay Prabhakar, NDTV's Veera Raghav meets them all.
Actor, powerful name, television production. The BJP face for the Lok Sabha seat. Husband Sharad Kumar is one of the famous pop stars and former Rajya Sabha MP. Together, their aim is to race up with another seat. This time, even the Congress MP, Nikhil Kaur, is backed by the former DMK Congress left alliance with other parties. Radhika and Sharad Kumar are the star local political appeal for the BJP in a state which has had equal vote between stars and politics.
Very surprised. I think it's like drop us as I entered the political fray, in the sense to get more politics in 1996. The same reaction till now, and people definitely want to change and change is very big for the BJP.
Grassroots politicians cast a bit like anywhere else play a decisive role in constituency like Ganga. The two political parties with their best alliances have been masters at the grassroots type, and winning through is a formidable challenge for a third force. Congress riding on DMK power in Karnataka have fully nurtured alliance of parties which have consistently sided with the DMK after the demise of the IDMK Supreme Modi Talent. Mandam George's strength is that alliance that brings with it the grassroots arithmetic they passed the post. He won the seat in 2009 with 40% vote share as a DMK ally. It poured just 3% vote in 2014 when the Congress DMK fought separately in one of the first elections. The AIDMK won the seat in that election. But in 2019, Tagore was back on poll as DMK ally with 43% vote. This history just reiterates the importance of the Congress DMK alliance, especially for the former.
After 4th of June, they will not be to be closed. They will not have the alliance to within the parliament and will not stand against.
The bigger threat to him, according to Tagore, is this man, Vijay Prabhakar, son of the NDTV founder, late actor Vijay. He's part of the NDTV region of influence, and Vijay is banking on a simple factor as his campaign is about keeping his father's legacy alive. The alliance with the IDMK is a formidable one, and he's trying to sustain in the day.
We have quite a good vote bank here, and the name is quite vote here. So according to our tactics, I think we are stronger to come to those two. And to be honest, the competition between Mr. Manik Thakur and Nagar.
The battle for Virendra is one for survival of the DMK, one to hold on to seats, numbers to remain a relevant opposition nationally for Congress, one that mean march, new territory for BJP. All three together make Virendra as a dress in a contest and Virendra for NDTV.
from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani and Ajay Markan contest from it. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in New Delhi means a key to the seat of the world's largest democracy. The throne of power, the core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, Bansuri and prime ministers running country near the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like President, the Prime Minister, judges and leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s, when the Jata party was on the rise, that Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant and India's former Deputy Prime Minister LK Advani contested from Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Bharati movement. From Ajay Markan in the early 2000s, Nakshi in the fourth for the BJP last decade, it has been direct contest between the others until Delhi's army entered the field. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in the state and local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's battled with lawyers. Congress and the Aam Party are alliance in Delhi, and Delhi is being tested by the Aam Party. From the Aap is a man who fought for the Anandolana in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from New Delhi's Somnath, Bharati. The task is cut out of the party heavy to defend his boss prison and boom up his party's tattered image in the run-up to the polls.
This time the election had a different crowd together. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away rights of government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in the election. So people really want accountability. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years did not say a word. When the rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by the government, did not say a word. BJP understands Ajit Pawar, whom Prime Minister himself accused of 7,000 crores loot, is in BJP. So BJP has the washing machine. So now he's pure. Second Mujibur, who was jailed and remained jailed for 1 year on charges of corruption, he joined BJP. Now he's pure. You know, Swaraj, a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is purified people. People do see कौन काम करता है, कौन नाम है, कौन काम है.
In an article political move, the BJP has been seated 6 with 7 potential sitting MPs from Delhi. From KP Jyoti Sarveshwar, Minor Veduri, the controversial MP got appeal. The BJP's big Delhi list has been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is lawyer, like both parents, boasting an illustrious legal career.
There's no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grander Ram Temple in Bharati, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both Lok Sabha and Parliament.
Several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. the strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, it is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. Victory in New Delhi means a key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors, the president, the prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on rise, Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from the Congress, soon after emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister Bharati, contested from Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the movement. From Jammu in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi in the fourth of the BJP last day, it has been a direct contest between BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the field. Despite Kejriwal's back into victories in the local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's Al-Lois. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are aligned in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man for the Anna in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from New Delhi's Somnath party. The task is cut out the heavy to defend his boss in prison and ruin his party's standard image in the polls.
This time the election has a different color to them. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all the leaders in this election. So people of Delhi want accountability for the government. All these members of parliament of BJP in last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people were being snatched by the government, they did not say what. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom under Prime Minister himself accused of 70 crore salute, he's in BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now he's pure. Second Bhujbal, who was jailed and remained in jail for under corruption, he joined BJP. Now he's pure. You know, Swaraj, a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is to purify people, people do see. Kaun kaam karta hai, kaun naam hai, kaun kam hai.
In a battle political move, the BJP has conceded 6 of 7 contenders.
Several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the oldest seat in Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in New Delhi means a key, the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime minister running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies is home to over 40 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the president, the prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise. Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested the all-important seat from the Congress soon after emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister Bharati, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the movement. From Ajit in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi in the fourth of the BJP last decade, has been a direct contest between BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the field. Despite Kejriwal's back into victories in the state local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are aligned in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought for the Anna in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from New Delhi, Somnath party. The task is tough for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and blew out his party's scattered image in front of the polls.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election plays in 19 and 14, this time reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic federal tradition, all the way at this election. So people of Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament BJP in last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP stands. Ajit Pawar, whom honorable Prime Minister, whom they accused of 70,000 crores loot, he's BJP. He has a new washing machine. He's pure. And Mojibal was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. He joined BJP. He's pure. Sunil Adhikari, Hemant Sharma, and more people. So new washing machine market, BJP, which is to purify people, people to see कौन क्या करता है, कौन नाम है, कौन कना रहा है.
In a radical move, the BJP has unseated 6 with 7 potential MPs from Delhi. From hate speech accused Pradesh by Mandra, the controversial MP Gautam Gambhir, the BJP's big leaders have all been dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has feel a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj's lawyer and both parents, hosting a legal career.
There is true legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi and NDTV. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 30% reservation in favor of women in both Vidhan Sabha and Parliament, bypassing of the Nari Shakti Vandan, these are all promises which were enunciated in our manifesto, and they have been absolutely failed. These are union elections, and therefore I think the vote also the perspective is broader, talking about women-led development for Viksit Bharat. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed, how do you look at that? The people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
Not at all. हमारी पार्टी में टिकट कट नहीं मिले, हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं हुए दायित्व होते.
There is nearly 1.5 lakh voters. Among them are thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest coaching hubs in Delhi, Rajasthan. In election season, this center of UPSC aspirants is bustling politics.
अगर हम बात करेंगे तो इसमें नोट ऑफ प्राइम कैंडिडेट पोटेंशियल पीएम इलेक्शन है, यहाँ पे वोटिंग है. लेकिन अगर आपने की बात करेंगे आपने कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और जो आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, चीज पे हमें वोटिंग करनी चाहिए. अब जैसे कि एडजस्टमेंट वी आर फेसिंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
पर्टिकुलर हर रोज होते हैं जो जैसे महाराष्ट्र में लोग राजस्थान में लोग मतलब इस ट्रांसफर एक को समझ नहीं हुआ. एक इलेक्शन इलेक्शन का देखो बॉडी कितना गिरमा गिरती जा रही है. सोसाइटी का जो सारी बन रही है इस पे कास्ट के बीजेपी समय एक जगह अभी क्योंकि अगर देखो कोई अपने बात करना चाह रहा है वेस्टर्न है क्या है अपनी बात करता है तो उसे एज इलेक्शन घोषित कर दिया. तो मेनली जो हो रहा है पार्लियामेंट प्रोसीजर हम देखते हैं तो पार्लियामेंट सिटी में उसका कितनी एफिशिएंसी है.
I feel clinics are flooding. They should think about. I feel the seats are not very clean. All these dogs here, it's very scary. Cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is really almost double.
From deadly pollution to toxic landfill and this sanitation mess, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left without chief minister. The arrival of Chief Minister Kejriwal ahead of the big general elections has left the Aam Aadmi Party without its campaign in its face.
The contest for the new seat is a frenzied battle, both for the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many people today, the BJP which has unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs here.
Country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani and Adhibakan Protestment is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. Victory in Delhi means a key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard, as we call it, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, government following, and ministers running from here, the centre, New Delhi. One capital's constituency is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated entrants. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise. Atal Bihari Vajpayee built the order of seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Prime Minister L.K. Advani, contested from New Delhi's Somnath in 1989 during the peak of the Brahmin movement. From Ajam Bagh in the early 2000s, now taking moving forward for the BJP last decade, it has been a contest between BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back victories in state local polls, his party has yet beaten the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the AAP is a man who fought for the Anna in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MLA from Delhi's Malvinagar, Somnath. The tusk is cut out for the party to defend his boss in prison, and Huma is party's adamant in the Tamil Nadu.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election took in 1914, this time the reasons, purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of Delhi, all will be addressed in this election. People of Delhi want accountability to central government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word when rights of people of Delhi were reached by central government. They did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister himself accused and called the salute. He is BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now he's got Shagan Bujwal, who jailed and remained for 1 year on charge of he got BJP. Similarly, Kari, Himla Sharma, and number of people, the new washing machine in the market. BJP, which we purify people do see कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
The radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 center deputy MPs from Delhi, from hate speech accused Sarvesh Verma and Ramesh Biduri to the career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of
Political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both her parents, boasting of an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi ki guarantee. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya ji, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Vidhan Sabha and Parliament by passing of the Nari Shakti Vanadinam. These are all promises which were announced in a manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are new elections, and therefore I think the voter also, the perspective is broader. We're talking about world level politics, etc. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the sitting BJP MPs were removed, how do you get that? Do people here you see were sort of disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all, not at all. हमारी पार्टी के कटते नहीं मिलते हैं, और हमारे यहाँ पद नहीं होते हैं.
There is only 1.5 lakh first-time voters. Among them are thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest coaching hubs in Bharati Nagar. In election season, this nerve center of the UPSC aspirants is bustling with politics.
अगर हम कंट्रोल बात करेंगे तो इसमें नो डाउट प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोकसभा इलेक्शन यहाँ पे टीम होती है लेकिन अगर आप मेरी बात करेंगे तो आपने कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और जो आपके भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं 40% जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं कुछ विधान में वोट नहीं चाहिए अब जैसे एज स्टूडेंट वी आर फेसिंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
हर रोज में पार्टी हो गई जैसे आप देख रहे हैं कि पार्टी जैसे महाराष्ट्र में लीडर हो गया राजस्थान में लीडर हो गए मतलब ट्रांसमिशन की कम्युनिटी नहीं चाहिए एक ऐसे मेजर इलेक्शन होता है जैसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी की ग्रीमा गिरी तो एक शरीर का जो सभी पार्टी रिलीजन के बेसिस पे कास्ट के बेसिस पे ये पिछले कुछ सालों में एक देखा है क्योंकि आज देखो आप अपने बाहर आता है कोई प्रोटेस्ट है कोई और भी है और बात करते हैं उसे एजेंडा कुछ कर दिया उसी का वो मिली पार्लियामेंट हो रहा है पार्लियामेंट की हम भी है तो पार्लियामेंट की उसको कितनी एजेंसी है ऐसा ही है
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. Ideas are not making all these dogs very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very high, almost double.
From Delhi pollution to toxic landfills and sanitation, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left out by the Chief Minister. The arrest of Chief Minister Kejriwal ahead of the elections has left the Aam Aadmi Party without our campaigner and biggest face.
The contest for the new Delhi seat president, both the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many political pundits say that the BJP, which has unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs here in Delhi, is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party, which defeated the BJP both in state elections and as municipal posts. But
from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen Advani and It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power of India. A victory in New Delhi means the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. Simon Boulevard has seen it all. We find mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, centre of New Delhi. One capital, 7 constituencies. New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electors. It was in the late 1970s, when the Janata Party was on the rise, that Bharati wrested the important seat from Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's first Deputy Prime Minister Lok Advani, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram movement. From Adya Market in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi winning the votes for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest with BJP and Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in state and local polls, his party is set to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party alliance in Delhi and Delhi contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From Bihar is a man fought the unarmed in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer and MLA from New Delhi's Malvinagar, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party heavyweight to defend his bossism and boom his party's standard image in the run to the polls.
This time the election had a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way it took away the right of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament of BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. When rights of people of Delhi were being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister, who is accused of 7,000 crores loot, he's BJP. So BJP is the washing machine. So he's got. Second Bhujbal, who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. He joined BJP. He's got. You know, Rajwati, Hemant Sharma, a number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is beautify people. People to see कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन नामदार.
In a radical political move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 contentious MPs from Delhi. The hate speech accused Sarvesh Varma and Ramesh Modi, the controversial MP for the lead. The BJP's Delhi leaders have all dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Sushma Swaraj for Bansuri Swaraj. Put it to Decoding, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer, like both her parents, boasting of illustrious legal career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi and NDTV. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was construction of a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women, both fans and
Left, right and centre this evening is also focused on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital, the strategically important New Delhi constituency, has seen Thomas Advani and Ajay Mark the contest from it. His oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. A victory in Delhi means the key to the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. Defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, prime ministers run country from here, centre to Delhi. One of the capital's 10 constituencies, New Delhi is home of 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and senior leaders who are one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the 1970s when the Janata Party was on rise that Bharati restricted one important seat from the Congress soon after the democracy. His closest confidant in India's former Prime Minister L.K. Advani contested from Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram move. From Adi Makar in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi holding the fourth BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest with BJP and Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in state and local polls, his party has yet to dent the BJP prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are in alliance in Delhi, and New Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the arc is a man who fought an Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and a sitting MA from Delhi's Madhyandar, Somnath party. The task cut out for the party to defend his boss in prison, his party's standard image in the run of the polls.
This time election different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in election. So people of Delhi want accountability from central government. All these members coming to BJP in the last 10 years, they did not say a word. The rights of people being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Prime Minister accused 70,000 crores loot, he's in BJP. So BJP has a new washing machine. So now he's pure. Chhagan Bhujbal was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on charge of corruption. He tried BJP. Now he's pure. A number of people. So new washing machine in the market. BJP, which is purify people who see कौन काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
In a the BJP has unseated 6 7 contested MPs from Delhi, from hate speech accused by Sharma and Ramesh Puri to controversial people who believe the BJP's big Delhi West was dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has needed a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj daughter, 40-year-old Swaraj, a political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both parents, boasting an illustrious legal career.
There is no question of lazy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi guarantee. Whether it was application of Article 370, whether it was construction of Grand Ram Temple in Ayodhya, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favour of women in both Lok Sabha and Parliament by passing of the National Adhiniam. These are all promises which were in an unstated manifesto, and they have been absolutely fulfilled. These are union missions, and definitely I think the voter also perspective is broader. We're talking about women-led development of Viksit Bharat. So of course my vision resonates with his.
The fact that most of the BJP MPs were removed, how do you get that? Do people here you see were some disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all. हमारी पार्टी में करते नहीं निकलते हैं और हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं होते that होते.
Delhi has 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them are thousands of young students in one of the country's biggest sporting hubs in New Delhi's Rajendra Nagar. In election season, this nerve-sitter of UP is bustling with politics.
अगर आप बात करेंगे तो इसमें कैंडिडेट होते हैं कि इलेक्शन में वोटिंग होती है, लेकिन अगर आप मेरे की बात करेंगे तो अपनी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और जो आपके भी परसेंट है उसी को ध्यान में वोटिंग करनी चाहिए. अब जैसे कि एज स्टूडेंट वी आर फेसिंग एन इम्प्रूवमेंट
बट लीडर हर रोड पार्टी होते हैं, जैसे कि कितनी पार्टी बड़ी जैसे आसाम में लोग राजस्थान में लोग, मतलब एक शासन से एक काउंटर नहीं हुआ. एक इलेक्शन में तो इलेक्शन में जैसे कौन सी बड़ी रेटिंग का जो सारी रीजन के बेसिस पे कास्ट के बेसिस पे ये पिछले कुछ सालों में एक बार बढ़ा है. क्योंकि अगर आपको टाइम पे बाहर रखना है तो भी है, अभी बाहर रखते तो एरिया तो प्रोसीड करता है. वो मेरे पार्टी में प्रोसीडिंग हम तो पार्टी अगर उसका कितनी एजेंसी तो
I feel cleanliness is the first thing should be ignored. I feel the things are not very all the dogs in very scale. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is very almost double.
From air pollution to toxic landfills and sanitation mess, even as they grapple with these long-standing issues, it is left without a chief minister. The election chief minister Kejriwal ahead of the big general elections has left the Aam Aadmi Party without its party in its face.
The contest of New Delhi seat a prestige battle. Most of the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Many people say the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 sitting MPs.
Several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen onwards like Bihar Bajpai, Lal Krishna Adani, Ajay Makan contestment. The oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power corridors of India. Victory in New Delhi means the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of politics, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic pivot has seen it all. Defining mandates, alliances, rising power, governments falling, and ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One capital's 7 constituencies merely is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors, the president, the prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was organized that Bharati wrestled the on seat from Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, contested from Delhi soon after 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Abe Makan in the early 2000s to Meenakshi Lekhi who fought for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back increase in the state local polls, his party has yet to dent the BJP prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are announced in Delhi and it is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From Bihar is a man who fought the Andolan in the courts. Supreme Court lawyer, from New Delhi, Somnath Bharati. The task is cut out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party had an inch in the run of the polls.
This time the election had a different altogether. The way the election took place in 1914, this time reasons, the purpose, the focus, its challenge. The way BJP crushed opposition. The way they took away the rights of the government. The way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation. All the way addressed section. So people of Delhi want accountability for central government. All these members of parliament of BJP last 10 years did not say a word. When rights of people are being snatched by central government, they did not say a word. BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom Honorable Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores loot. He's in BJP. The BJP has a new single. So now it's pure. Shagan Mudal was jailed and reigned in jail for 1 year on charges of corruption. He joined BJP. Now he's pure. You know, Sunil Adhikari, a lot of people. So new was in the market. BJP, which is beautiful people, people to see. काम करता है, कौन नामदार है, कौन कामदार है.
In a radical political move, the BJP is unseated. 6 of its 7 benches sitting MPs from hate speech accused Rajesh Varma and Ramesh Puri to the controversial MP of the Bhim. The BJP's big leaders have already dropped. From Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. A political debutante, Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both her parents.
Well, what we thought we'd do on Left, Right and Centre this evening is also focus on very exclusive reports from the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen stalwarts like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lakshman Advani and Adhikar contested. It is in New Delhi. It houses the power corridor of India. A victory in New Delhi into the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all. Defining mandates, licenses rising to power, government falling, prime ministers running the country from here, the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile president, prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Bihari Vajpayee wrestled the important seat from the Congress soon after the emergency. His closest confidant in India's former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Makan in the early 2000s, Meenakshi Lekhi before the BJP basket, it has been a contest between the BJP and the Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the field. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back increase in the state polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP prospects in Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and Delhi is being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. To the up is a man who fought the Anna Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and sitting MLA from New Delhi's Somnath, Bharati. The task is cut out for the party leader to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party's image in the run-up to the polls.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election took place in 1914. This time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away the rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. The people really want accountability. All these members of parliament to BJP in last years, they did not say what when rights of people really being snatched by government, they did not say what BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom the Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores loot. He is BJP. So we have a new thing. So now he's got Jagan Bhujbal, who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on corruption. He's not BJP. He's pure.
From the political battleground, several constituencies and leaders across the country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. The strategically important New Delhi constituency has seen tall words like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Rajasthan Advani, Ajay Bhagat contest from it. It is the oldest in Delhi. It houses the power corridor of India. Victory in New Delhi means the key to the seat of the world's democracy.
The throne of power, core of Republic, the trust of Indian democracy. The throne of power, core of Republic, the trust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has its role to define the mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from here, center of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 actors, including high-profile actors like the President, the Prime Minister, judges and leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the 1970s, when the Janata Party was on the rise, that Atal Bihari Vajpayee wrested an important seat from the Congress, soon after the emergency. His close confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Ram Mandir movement. From Ajay Bhagat in early 2000s, Meenakshi Lehi holding the fort of the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress until Delhi's Aam Aadmi entered the fray. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back victories in state and local polls, his party is yet to dent the BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are alliance in Delhi, and Delhi being contested by the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath is a man who fought the Anna Andolan in the courts, Supreme Court lawyer, and sitting MLA from New Delhi's Somnath, Bharati. The task is cut out for the party heavyweight to defend his boss in prison and boom up his party's actor in the run-up to the polls.
This time the election has a different color altogether. The way the election was in 1914. This time the reasons, the purpose, the focus is entirely different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way they took away rights of the government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic fabric of the nation, all will be addressed in this election. So people really want accountability from central government. All these members of parliament BJP in last 10 years did not say when rights of people are being snatched by central government, they did not say what BJP understands. Ajit Pawar, whom the Prime Minister himself accused of 70,000 crores loot. He is BJP. So BJP has a new association. So now he's pure. Jagan Bhujbal, who was jailed and remained in jail for 1 year on corruption. He's not BJP. Now he's pure. You know, Devendra Adhikari, Himala Sharma, and other people. The new association in the market. BJP, which is purified people, people do see on Ankara hai, on Nanga hai, on Kamara.
In an radical move, the BJP has unseated 6 of its 7 condemned sitting MPs from Delhi, from hate speech accused by Somnath to the controversial epic of the Bhil. The BJP's bigger leaders have all been dropped. From New Delhi, the BJP has fielded a fresh face. BJP veteran Swaraj's daughter, 40-year-old Bansuri Swaraj. Political debut Bansuri Swaraj is a lawyer like both parents, boasting of an illustrious career.
There is no question of legacy. I can tell you that the people of Delhi have unwavering faith in Modi guarantee. Whether it was abrogation of Article 370, whether it was instruction of a grander Temple and Bihari, whether it was bringing 33% reservation in favor of women in both Sansan and Parliament, of the Nari Shakti Mandir. These are all promises which were enunciated in a manifesto and they have been absolutely fulfilled. Like in elections. And therefore, I think the voter also, the side of us a bit broader. We're talking about women-led development of Lok Sabha. So, of course, my vision resonates with his.
The fact most of the sitting MPs were removed. How do you look at that? Do people here, you see, was disillusioned by the MPs of your party, your predecessors?
No, not at all. हमारी पार्टी में कहीं नहीं और हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं हो जाएगा
Delhi is 1.5 lakh first-time voters, and among them are thousands of students in one of the country's biggest coaching hubs in the Bharati. Election season, this nerve center of UPSC aspirants is bustling with politics.
अगर हम परिवार करेंगे तो इसमें नोट ऑफ कैंडिडेट होते हैं लोग सिलेक्शन है यहाँ पे होते हैं लेकिन अगर आप करेंगे तो आप अपनी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी और जो आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उस चीज को ध्यान में रख के वोटिंग करनी चाहिए अब जैसे कि एज ए स्टूडेंट वी आर सीइंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट
पॉलिटिकल हर रोल पार्टी होते हैं जैसे पार्टी जैसे लीड होगा सब लीड होगा मतलब ये कुछ शासन से एक नहीं होती है एक इलेक्शन जैसे सोसाइटी का जो सोसाइटी बोर्ड है जिसके कास्ट के बेसिस पे पिछले कुछ सालों में एक बढ़ा है अभी क्योंकि आज कास्ट में बात करता है कोई प्रेशर है कोई और भी है अभी 12 तक तो एज ए कर लिया उस चीज है पार्लियामेंट में जो बोला कि हम भी है तो पार्लियामेंट सीटिंग में तो वो देखिए कितनी एफिशिएंसी है तो सही है
I feel cleanliness is the first thing they should think about. I feel the streets are not very clean. All these dogs here, it's very scary. The cost of living is very high. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I see the cost of living is almost double.
From Delhi pollution to toxic landfills and sanitation waste, even as Delhi grapples with these long-standing issues, it is left out Chief Minister. The elected Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal held the big election as if the Aam Aadmi Party loud its star and biggest face.
The Congress coveted New Delhi seat is a prestige battle for the Aam Aadmi Party versus BJP. Many political pundits say BJP, which has unseated 6 sensitive MPs here in Delhi, is nervous. The Aam Aadmi Party has defeated the BJP both in the election as well as municipal polls.
Country. Our election journey has in fact reached the New Delhi Lok Sabha constituency. NDTV's Vedant Agarwal has this ground report from New Delhi.
The big battle for the heart of the national capital. This important new constituency has seen forward second hard by Raj Bharati and Al-Jamaka contested. It is the oldest seat in New Delhi. It houses the power of India. Victory in New Delhi in key the seat of the world's largest democracy.
The throne of power, the core of our republic, the thrust of Indian democracy. This iconic boulevard has seen it all, defining mandates, alliances rising to power, governments falling, and prime ministers running the country from the centre of New Delhi. One of the capital's 7 constituencies, New Delhi is home to over 14 lakh voters, including high-profile electors like the president, the prime minister, judges and senior leaders who form one of India's most educated electorates. It was in the late 1970s when the Janata Party was on the rise that Bharati wrested one important seat from Congress, Somnath emergency. His closest confidant, India's former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, contested from New Delhi soon after in 1989 during the peak of the Decoding. From Adi Makar in the early 2000s, Nakshi Lake moving for the BJP in the last decade, it has been a direct contest between the BJP and Congress until the Aam Aadmi entered the thing. Despite Kejriwal's back-to-back electoral victories in state and local polls, his party is limited to BJP's prospects in the Lok Sabha. This time, it's a battle between lawyers. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are in Delhi, and New Delhi is being tested by the Aam Aadmi Party. From the is a man who fought for the Anandolan in court, Supreme Court lawyer, and a MA from Delhi's Malviya Nagar, Somnath Bharati. The darkest cloud for the party candidate to defend his boss in prison and boom up sparks national image to the polls.
This time the election had a different algorithm. The way this took place in 1914, this time the purpose, the focus is different. The way BJP crushed opposition, the way it took away the rights of Delhi government, the way they tried to demolish the democratic